must have some special candles. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Let me get the chat pulled up real quick. You might hear a bit of noise in the background. That's me not being 1,000 degrees while I do this. Oh no, it's making me re-put in my Twitch. This is annoying. Remove, add, open in browser.
Whoa!
Log in. Don't show on stream. Why not? Why not show it on stream? Paste login info. Okay. There we go. I can see the chat again. I'm super stoked. Guys, we don't have a lot of stuff to, well, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, I'm sure. But we don't have a lot of stuff on the docket today. I just woke up. We're just hopping on in, having a good day, having a good time. Only visible. You've collected all the level 1 emotes. I guess we had a... I'll run through donos real quick and then we'll start the stream because
Not only
we
that,
got
but
a few.
I'm gonna fat shame here too. This
we got more than a
piece of
few
shit
actually.
Literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
We gaming or dramaing? I don't really know. I mean, I'm probably gonna be dramaing because I've been not dramaing recently. So maybe some gaming. I got this X Defiant game that everyone's talking about right now, so we might take a look at that.
Here too. This fat piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Crantic resubscribe with a Prime 7 months. Yeah, that is right. Crantic. Okay. Let's go for much longer. Well, hopefully much longer than the first 3 seconds. Haha. Nicole3359 resubscribed for 13 months. Thank you so much. That started the hype train. Big Rames, Big Tames resubscribed for a month. They've been here for 9 of them. Finally, a stream I can catch before work. Consider my bean. Or Stardust Bean. I don't know what that means, but that's awesome. Jake BB3 with 7 bits. Thank you so much. The Game in Which I just read off. Jake BB3 with another 50. Hope you're well, Nick. I'm actually doing pretty good right now. Allergies are a bit of a bitch, but I mean, that's a yearly occurrence. Handozin with a Prime. Thank you so much for the 2 months. Appreciate it. Garavenger 22 resubscribed, and they've been here for 15 months. This is what we've been waiting for. And Soldier Boy's baby daddy gave me an hola from Spain with 100 bits. Hello, everyone! If you have topics you want to talk about, at me in the chat. Maybe not right now, because we're probably going to start the stream with Sunny V2. I know everybody else has talked about it, but I don't care. I think it's worth talking about. Especially when I think I know a bit more lore than everyone else has. I doubt... How many of you watched the Sunny V2 content from Augie and Tipster, and did they show the ninja video? Because I fucking called it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think Tom's re-released the stream, but we were talking the night before this video drops that Sunny V2 is a, you know, like your typical Internet of J style run-of-the-mill rise and fall channel, but every 6 months he does something absolutely psychotic. I literally was like Prophet Muhammad in that moment, and I knew exactly what I was saying. The next morning, he just drops this fucking video, and it's crazy. And I think he's lost like 20k subs so far, and he's still losing, which isn't really surprising. But let me see. What are you guys up to today? Hello, hello, hello. Hannah Animals in the chat. Tipster's nudes leaked. Oh no! I mean, one day you're gonna come in here and you're gonna say that, and it's gonna be true. I mean, it's eventually, come on, like, eventually it's going to be true. What does Flam prefer, lolly or big booty Latina MILFs? I'm not really sure about that one. I don't know. Listen, all right? Maybe this, you know, some people are like, Nick, why are you putting the boy on blast for this one? Come on, what did he do wrong this time? You're really gonna pop off and make a whole tweet about what seems to be a pretty cool, you know, not really nuclear take by any stretch. But listen, when I see Flamenco talking about Shadman, there's no way I'm not tweeting that sucker, you know? I mean, listen, I think a lot of people on Twitter these days, listen, all right, this is just my opinion, okay? Just my opinion, all right? You can hear in my voice how this is just my opinion,
this fat
all right?
Piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Listen, bro, listen, okay? Sometimes there does come a time, okay, when your friends influence you to have certain positions you might not otherwise hold, okay? Listen, it happens to the best of us. Maybe somebody's just a little biased. Do you guys really think Shadman would be
Not only
great?
that, but I'm gonna fat shame here too. This fat piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm
if
oozing
he
with
just
estrogen.
stuck to drawing thick booty Latina MILFs, do you think that Flamenco thinks that Shad would be great if he stuck to, you know, thick big booty fucking Latina MILFs. Do you think that's his position? Do you think that's what, when he goes to bed at night, do you think that's what he's picturing, chat? I don't know. I don't know. Seems like he's being a crowd pleaser in that community. I was under the assumption that flamenco didn't roll that way. By the way, for the record, even if Shadman didn't draw Lolicon, he's still like a heroin addict. You know? I mean, I don't know. Listen, get rid of one of them. I think there's still another reason why I don't think I would use the word great to describe him. But that's just me. Just me. Alright. Hello, Blueberry Cringe. How are you? Mike the Bike in chat sent me a precarious, is that the right word? Precarious link. I'm unsure of what this may be. I don't know why I got like... Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, I saw this one. Oh, did you see we're having a feature from our good friend Chris Hansen? Chris Hansen had one comment.
Not only that, but I'm gonna fat shame here too. This fat piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Please, Flamenco, just be Teddy's best man. It would make him and his fiancée so happy. I know you're nervous about new things, but the wedding, well, it's going to be a lot of fun. And also, leave them kids alone.
Fucking Teddy, bro. Friend of the channel, Chris Hansen, everybody. Have you considered trying Warframe? No, I don't want to get addicted to another fucking Destiny type game. No. Oh, God. Teddy's the best regular in chat. If that's the same Teddy from back in the day when I used to stream, that guy's hilarious. Oh, man. I don't know if it's the same one, though. That guy's probably long gone. Jesus. I remember my oldest chatters, dude. I know them. I know them personally. Guys, do you think we've oversold the... Do you think it's time to get rid of the NFT? Chat? Do you think we should keep it a little bit longer? Or do you think it's oversold? It's, you know, it's been here too long, you know? I have a few NFTs that I could use. I've had this long enough that they've given me my verified check back, so it's been at least like a week. Do you think we get rid of our disabled DApp? Oh, I wish I could show you. How would it be safe to show you my other two DApps? This was $200, chat. My $200 profile. But guys, I like it. I'm not even joking. This isn't like sarcastic. Do you know the background of this? Do you know the odds of me getting this DApp? That's Wavy Web Surf set. Do you guys know this? Dude, I bought them, and Wavy also bought them, and I got his set. I mean, listen, I don't think fucking NFTs are a serious item, right? I mean, I don't give a fuck if you screenshot all of them and make your profile pic that. But I don't know, I spent $200 on this skull. I don't hate it. Would I do it again? No. No, I probably wouldn't. But I like how it says disabled on it. It's cool. It's the disabled and violent t-shirt. You can see it right here by the properties. Whoa! Ugly ass purple shade. I like the purple one because it's more rare. All the blue and green ones are easier to get, and I have a few of those. I love that Flam gets mad at being called a P-word, but literally follows Lolicon VTubers, some of which actually do think Lolicon is okay. I don't know anything about that, but I mean, that's kind of crazy if that's true.
Piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm losing the estrogen.
Is that the Nerd City NFTs? They are the Nerd City NFTs. I think it's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. Guys, follow Terminally Online on Twitter. I don't know who the fuck. I have to keep him muted because I might accidentally think these are real stories. This is a new parody news feed, and I don't know the creator of it, to be honest. But like, he just posts super funny shit, and people get triggered all the time. Like, where's the one? Ian is talking, because I've seen, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen big YouTubers DM me asking if these are real stories. Ian has been practicing semen retention in the hope that it'll give him an edge in his fight with Alex Wasabi. This guy's great. Listen, I gotta be honest, this guy is posting some really fucking good stories. Breaking news, Tobuscus arrested. He entered voluntary custody this morning to prove he took part in trespassing on Capitol property on January 6th. I'm sorry. I love this shit, bro. I love this so... Dude, Belle Delphine, 10 million from anonymous sugar daddy with a feeding kink. This is what, dude, this is amazing. I gotta be real with you. The fact that this account's taken off so much, it caught me once or twice in the very beginning. But, of course you gotta vet that stuff. I think the first time I ever interacted with it, I tweeted, like, I wish this was real. Because it was like a tweet saying that Anissa was just ending the Creator Clash, which, by the way, is today. And if we're going to talk about Creator Clash, it'll probably be like tomorrow or the next day or next week or something like that. Because I just don't want to, like... Listen, I get why Keem's promoting it, because he has, like, an in with boxing and stuff like that. And, you know, it's good to promote rival companies and stuff like that because it keeps hype going. I get it. I'm not, like, mad at him or anything. But I do think it's kind of fucking cringe seeing a lot of the people who are supporting Froggy start turning around promoting the event. And I'm kind of nervous to even talk negatively about it because I don't want to draw any more attention than I already have to it. I think the event sucks and I think it's cringe and I hate it. So I'm not going to do any cross promotion for it, even though I probably won't have any impact. Anything I can do to try to limit the impact this fucking event has would be great, even though it's still going to do super well. But yeah, we got that account. I think Creepshow Art's channel was banned for copyright strikes. To be honest, there's a chance this might be like bogus strikes. So before you go celebrating Creepshow Art's been banned, this could just be a copyright troll who knows that Shannon wouldn't reactivate her account. Wow. Let's see. This person has been permanently banned. What happened? Hello, I'd like to offer promotion of your channel. Viewers chat. Yeah, okay. Ban the fuck out of that guy. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't need your promotion, random bot account. Die. I mean, in Minecraft. No, I'm sorry about that. I forgot I'm on Twitch. Shit. Oh, God. So, yeah, Creepshow Art's channel has been banned, but we don't know if it's necessarily a good thing. So, I mean, it's you know, it's like, I don't know, before you celebrate, we're obviously, like, not for fake strikes here. Black Twitter has taken some issues with Grimsy. Do you guys know Grimsy from the Technicals arc? If you don't remember Grimsy from the Technicals arc, I kind of don't remember why I know Grimsy either. I think I don't like Grimsy. I think I don't like Grimsy, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure. Chat. I'm not sure if I like Grimsy, okay? I think Augie likes Grimsy. AD30, Grimsy's cool. I'm gonna be honest, AD30, you are friends or you like a lot of fucked up people, so I don't know if I'm gonna take your position on that one. So Black Twitter decided that Grimsy is racist, and the proof for that being Jalen. Yes. Black Twitter thinks that Jalen is Grimsy and Grimsy is trans. So, there are accounts, and by the way, if you see this happening, chat, make sure you correct them, because false allegations are bad, okay? False allegations are bad, okay? Make sure you definitely tell them the person in the picture is racist, chat. Remind them that the person in the picture is racist, chat. That's how you have to handle these situations, okay? Oh, fuck. Is Grimsy a Mr. Sen friend? I don't remember. Maybe that's the arc. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea who the fuck that is. Guys, this is not the place to talk about this. I know Mr. C did a stream about it yesterday. And he's you're probably going to want to hear the military guy talk to you about how Jack the Dripper Discord chat leaked information that could have got people killed in the Ukraine. And now this guy's life is probably over and he's going to do like years in prison. Based America. Based arrest, dude. Fuck that guy. You can't be going on Discord to, you know, Giga Chad brag your way out of being a fucking loser and releasing classified documents. And we're kind of into the... this is just such a funny interaction to me. So Stone Toss, not Stone Toss. You know, I'm honestly, they're interchangeable. ER, most known for anime reviews. apparently makes pretty good videos. I don't know. Listen, the last time I heard ER's name is when PewDiePie promoted ER, and then everyone said they were a Nazi. Now, I've been told that's not the case. So, that's all I know about ER. I don't know a lot, but went for the easy dunk saying, Mr. Beast, you misgender your friend, even though ER does not give a flying fuck about misgendering. One little trip to the profile pic says that Chris is not trying to be invasive. Chris said, you can call me he, she, they, we, zer, zoos, z's, all the neo pronouns. You can call Chris whatever the fuck you want. Chris is not trying to be super invasive and force you to, it's ma'am, bitch. It's whatever the fuck you want, you know? That's clearly not good enough. ER goes for the dunk, swing and a miss. And I don't know what, I don't know what this means. Stone Toss and ERs are masters of their craft. What might that be? I don't even understand. I don't get it, chat. I don't understand. I don't like what is the issue with this? Whatever. It's fine. Everybody else got it. Everybody else got the point. They figured it out. But Lolicon Super Soldier didn't quite figure it out on that one. So, yeah, this has been a big story. I kind of want to talk about it from a more unbiased. I mean, it's gonna be biased. When I don't like somebody, it's biased. But we're going to talk about it. There's a lot of stuff here. I want to go from a more raw perspective. I don't want to just do the Twitter happenings, because I kind of... Oh, this is a good clip.
I was very drunk, but... yeah, I like Dick.
Perfect clip for Turkey Tom. Perfect clip. Oh, God. Stone Toss is actually funny. This guy isn't. I don't think ER aims to be funny. I thought he was just an anime reviewer. Is he a comedian? I mean, you don't have to be funny. Watch out, Nick. A certain reptile on Twitter said you're coping about. Is he watching? That was fast. That was fast response time. Is he watching? Let's see. Anything else here before we kind of dive into the to the pipeline? You, one of them bitches. NBA Youngboy. Where are all these Youngboy people coming from? I don't know who Youngboy is. Maybe I'm too old. But, like, I know the Youngboy stands are like a meme. Let's pull up Sunny V2. Because I want to start from the beginning. And the beginning is not Chris Tyson. It's just not. Sunny V2 is like a normal... He's like a normal channel, okay? Most of the time. Okay? I don't like these channels. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like bite-sized the right opinion. Okay? I'm not a huge Sunny V2 fan. I don't fucking like this content. But here's the deal. If this was 5 years ago, when I was really into commentary, when I was like fucking eating, breathing, sleeping commentary drama, I would love this channel, probably. I mean, it's a decently edited, like, this is a fucking random pick.
Mr. Bro, the brother of Mr. Beast, did a pretty
There's a random pick of a random Sunny V2 video.
job of maintaining an average career monthly view count of between...
I love the way the videos look. The Australian voice does kind of scare me a little bit, considering the past with Australian YouTubers in this community.
Would have find some Mr. Beasts, giving it this
But
feeling
like,
of
if I had to pick
offhandedness
between this guy and a J, I'm picking this guy. It's just a bite-sized 8-minute rise and fall video. Before we get super into it, a recent Sunny V2 video that I did like was his video on Boogie, and it caused a big uproar, and it was really interesting. Now, I say recent, but yeah, it's 4 months ago. This video was really good.
Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, as if you follow all of his incredibly poor choices made over the last...
It's a really good 13-minute breakdown of why Boogie's super fucking hypocritical when he was asking for money, and super cringe. And, you know, and why he's actually getting hate. I can't stress enough that I don't typically have problems with Sunny V2's videos. I prefer the long-form tro stuff because, I mean... it's obvious. I make the long form stuff. It's what I like to make and watch and stuff like that. It's not everybody's thing, and that's why people like Sunny V2 get 6.5 million views on these videos. He's all right. I mean, I know people have been retroactively saying that every piece of content he's ever made is bad. I don't think that's true. Applejack, have you seen his take on Mr. Beast? Applejack, I gotta be real with you, buddy. We're not just oohing and ahhing about Sunny V2. The timeline would be a lot. It would be way too. It would just be way too convenient. So I do think at some point this nice conversation is gonna trigger into that one. But before we get there, I just want to like outline. This guy's not like terrible. Like, I mean, video essays are fine. This guy's video essays are fine. They're better than some other people that are in the space. So that's kind of it. Sunny's content is great for something to listen to while working on gaming. I prefer Trove for that because then I don't have to keep changing the video.
This fat piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Thank you for the sub, Applejack. Some of his stuff is really good. He did a lot of work on his video exposing the primitive building videos on YouTube. You know, I didn't see that, but I mean, I've watched the primitive building videos, and I always assumed those were kind of weird. So that's based. Let me see. Jay Aubrey's better. I've heard Jay Aubrey's nice as a person. Jay Aubrey's Twitter was cancerous enough for years that I literally just I don't watch him. I gotta be real. I took his editing package that he uses, and I went on my merry way. Anyways, Sunny V2, not totally psychotic all the time. Alright? This video is psychotic. This is a weird video. It's not as psychotic, alright? He'll go on to make worse videos. But I need you to watch this with me, and I just need you to... Oh god, I just need you to experience it. I don't know if you've seen this one, okay? This is like the pinnacle of overly dramatic commentary videos, and I've been there, I've done it. I've made overly dramatic commentary before. The Zaptai videos, overly dramatic, right? Intentionally to try to peel that layer off the onion there and get people going, but this one's kind of, I guess, satirical to me.
Ninja looks rough. I hope he's okay. I hope he's not hooked on anything.
That's another thing. This video takes like a drug addict angle that I don't know if it earns, but keep going.
And every time I see him on here, he looks really sick. Ninja doesn't look healthy, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This dude Ninja looks so unhealthy. I hope everything is alright. I haven't seen Ninja in a long ass time. Dude looks dead. Dude is minutes away from being skeletal. Why is it that every time I see him...
Does this, you know what this reminds me of? Wait, do you know what this intro reminds me of? Wait, where is the I can't play it. I can't play the video. But, hold on. Hold on. Where is it? The anti-hate commercial. Yes! Bro, tell me this shit isn't this. Oh wait, why am I on Boogie? Hold on.
Ninja looks rough. I hope he's okay. I hope he's not hooked on anything. Man, every time I see him on here, he looks really sick. Ninja doesn't look healthy, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck with everyone. This dude Ninja looks so unhealthy. I hope everything... I haven't seen Ninja in a long ass time. He looks dead. Dude is minutes away from being skeletal. Why is it that every time I see Ninja on this channel, he becomes more and more sketchy? When you reach the top, the only place left to go is down.
Okay. It reminds me of a Dare ad. Yeah, it does. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. The dark side of Ninja. Guys, the dark side of Ninja is now he looks decrepit and like Karen on Twitter because it seems like he's lost weight. Whoa! Alright, hold on. I'm being a bit over. Okay. Content, but Internet of J goes beast. I hate Internet of J. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of the Rise and Fall content. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Cats of Fuck.
There's one thing that almost everyone can agree on. Ninja certainly isn't what he used to be. At one point, he was what many considered to be a god, a master of Fortnite.
Bro, nobody ever considered him to be a god. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you talking about? Guys, Ninja was a god. He was real good at Fortnite, I swear.
What he used to be. At one point, he was what many considered to be a god, a master of Fortnite, a master of streaming, and in many cases, even a master of public image.
Do you guys think the modern gods, like the Egyptian gods, are masters of streaming public image in Fortnite?
Anyone in particular that you've been impressed with?
All of them, man. It's
All of
fantastic.
them?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, Ninja as a respectable pillar in the gaming community seems to be somewhat of a dated view, an opinion held by a minority of his fan base in comparison to when...
So, I think the issue with this video, and then I think the Chris Tyson video too, is he'll take, like, a position that's not crazy. Like, yeah, there are a lot of people who like Ninja less, and Ninja has quite a few unlikable traits, and that, like, these could potentially be the reason why people have gotten sour on him. That's a very simple baseline take that takes 3 seconds. It's not profound. I'm not the first or the 1,000th person to say it. I'm probably the 1,000,000th, okay? And then when you talk about Chris Tyson, it's like, hey, listen, it's probably pretty concerning that Chris has made, like, major life changes in a short span after a massive blow to his, I would assume, mental health. I don't know if a divorce is necessarily easy. He's begun changing himself in a way that could potentially be a result of that, or not at all even related. In fact, it maybe could have just been a coincidence if they happened around the same time, and that maybe this could be a situation where Chandler and Jimmy are a little concerned about this guy's current mental state. That's not a crazy statement to make, but the way that he says it in the video and the angle that he chooses to take is crazy, and that's why these videos are weird.
He was at his peak. And while Ninja's descent from grace has without a doubt been hard on his ego, it's also revealed numerous elements relating to his dark side.
Guys, Ninja's dark side is blackface, by the way, just to be clear.
It's also revealed numerous elements relating to his dark side. A clear
It looks like Ninja transition.
decline in his physical health associated with what many consider to be a potential substance abuse problem. His descent into the
Alright, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I just missed that.
mental health associated with what many consider to be a potential substance abuse problem.
Okay, just because some guy in the YouTube comments says Ninja has a potential substance abuse problem, doesn't mean you should put it in your fucking dark side video. Where the fuck does this come from? Has anybody in the 2 years since this video has come out identified a substance problem that Ninja's had? Was he popping shitloads of pills to be happy on stream? Is there anything to back that up? Why include that?
His descent into the madness of today's political landscape.
What are you talking? Hold on, the madness of today's political well, I'm sure he'll bring some examples of that.
Matters relating to race and privilege, and a dark hidden
Whoa, hold on. What did he say? What did he
madness
say?
of today's political landscape, including matters relating to race and privilege.
By the way, that top one is Jessica Blevins. That's his wife. Any of these people watching actually know Ninja's stream. They'll know how many times he's spoken out about racism, white privilege, and having a zero tolerance for racism in his Game War channel. Okay. Tomorrow, I'll be participating in Blackout Tuesday and will not be streaming on any social media platforms. No distractions from what happened in the United States. Okay, like, what's wrong with these tweets? Has he gone off the deep end? Do you understand that Ninja might have, like, black kids in his audience that this could totally appeal to? Like, I don't... What is the issue here?
And a dark, hidden, deceptive, incredibly fake persona.
A dark, hidden, deceptive, incredibly fake persona. That you're gonna have to... We did a little theory crafting, true.
Always pretending to refute ideas and actions that, when digging a little deeper, can be identified in his own behavior.
Okay, alright. Fine.
When Ninja was
Let's
at
see if
his
these pay
peak, the
off.
controversies were few and far between. And honestly, it's not like that's very surprising. How much controversy are you gonna find when investigating a dude who's so careful about his public image that he wouldn't even play with females in Fortnite?
I don't play with girl streamers, man. Especially in the position that I'm in right now, dude.
Okay. Is that true? I'm not even shitting on him here. Is that true? Did he not play with females for his public image, or did he not play with females because he has a wife? I was told that he didn't play with females because he's got a wife and that, like, could I don't know, make her uncomfortable or something. I didn't think he was like, God, I hate women so much. I need my audience to know that I hate women, so I won't play with them in video games.
Piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Like, I feel like that's slightly out of context, right?
With females in Fortnite, investigating a dude who's so careful about his public image that he wouldn't even play with females in Fortnite.
Like, his public image. Don't you think that's a blow to his public image if he says, oh, I'm not gonna play with women now? Do you think that's like... Wouldn't that be a bad thing? I mean, not for our chat, but like for the general audience that he's so desperately trying to appeal to, that's as explained by the video. Thank you so much for the gifted. I'll run through these after this segment.
I don't play with girl streamers, man. Especially in the position that I'm in right now, dude. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. That's all it is.
Now, sure, he certainly wasn't the most liked streamer, mainly owing to the fact that he was...
Why do so many people hate Ninja? Guys, he wasn't one of the most liked streamers. The post has 3 upvotes. 3! It has 3 upvotes, chat. He wasn't the most liked streamer. Example. It has 3 upvotes and 45 comments.
Simply one of the best players and therefore an easy target to hate.
Any chance, any excuse to hate on Ninja, sign me up.
But in terms of genuine controversy, Ninja was somewhat skilled at avoiding it. But as each social media began to decline in popularity, his personality also seemed to change from a genuine guy who would say whatever he was thinking.
You're averaging 3 kills a game? If I'm gonna be honest with you because you're being honest to me, that's f***ing terrible. 3 kills a game is not good.
To a dude who seemed to be constantly playing a persona.
Do not pick on anyone. There's nothing funny about it.
And this is the first element of it.
Okay, alright, hold on. Alright. So, elephant in the room, Ninja obviously started playing a persona once he became a megastar, okay? That's obvious. I don't think anybody here would dispute that, and I'm gonna blow you guys out of the water with this one. I don't give a fuck. And listen, I know. I understand the big thing with the Boogie hate is that, like, everybody is supposed to be mad at Boogie because he used to be, like, the uncle of YouTube and stuff like that. And that, like, and by the way, that's not even on the list of top 20 reasons to hate Boogie, that he was edgier in private. I never liked that criticism for Boogie when he would go on the kill stream and he would say funny shit, and we were supposed to be mad at him because he was supposed to be wholesome. I'm never going to give a fuck about that. I understand that when you pivot your audience to, like, interact with kids more, you're going to, like, create a more child-friendly persona. I understand why people would be mad about that if they liked old Ninja who was cursing and shit like that, but to become more broad and appeal to a wider audience and decide that you kind of want to be almost a child entertainer isn't like a big fucking, I don't think that's like a fucked up manipulative thing. I think it was extremely easily telegraphed, right? I don't think he was hiding the fact that he was trying to be a bit more PC. Even if that's not necessarily what his core fans would have wanted. Clearly people did want it because, I mean, his numbers improved. More people were watching. Let me see if anybody super disagrees with that take before I move on. Content creator puts on persona, yeah, no shit. I mean, I feel like most people know this, but when you don't like somebody on YouTube, it typically is like the first go-to move to talk about like how they used to be different 10 years ago. Like, I mean, I was talking to Turkey Tom about this a week ago or whatever, a couple days ago on his stream, and people were like, man, dude, I really liked you more when you were like edgier and you didn't like censor your videos and you said slurs and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Tom's still plenty edgy and he still says plenty slurs. He just doesn't put them in his like 3 million view monetized main channel content anymore. You'll find jokes in there. His sense of humor is still completely intact. So maybe he's not like the perfect example, but like, I mean, there were legitimately people in chat who were like, and I'm sure these guys are like 25 years old or like 28 years old or whatever, watching Tom being like, man, you used to be so based back when you were 16 years old and retarded. And you put like SS Liberty stuff in there and you talked about like Jews or something. And it's just like, God, I wish you were as base as you were when you were a minor or whatever. Like, all right, man. I mean, cool. To act like you're not allowed to change your content or grow in any capacity, and that like every single person who quote unquote grows and changes needs to be compared to like iDubbbz, one of the most horrendous examples, one of the most unlikable personalities. Not everybody who changes their content becomes Ethan Klein or becomes iDubbbz, but I feel like they're all treated the same. you know? Yeah. Tom says a lot of slurs. I mean, I'm definitely in private. Yeah, I don't know. It was as simple as wanting to expand your audience. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is the only market where edgy guys think that, like, appealing to more people and trying to, like, grow is a bad thing. And it always stems back to the YouTube audience hates their creators making money. Like, they're allowed to make, they're allowed to slave away and make a shitload of content, but if they monetize it, it's a problem. 5 years ago, it was like, you can't put merch in your videos. Then it was like, you can't put Patreon in your videos because you're making too much money. Then the adpocalypse came and all the big-time YouTubers started losing money, so they started making Patreons. And now that's, like, totally okay and stuff like that. Then it's like, oh, you can't do crypto. And I'm sure the fucking Nerd City video about NFTs, spoiler alert, probably gonna bang. I'm sure people are gonna be okay with it, even though that was like the big 2022 drama. And I think that, like, becoming more mainstream and allowing yourself to, like, appeal to more people is like, isn't the plague. I think you're allowed to just do that. I don't think you should be shamed by people who have never even seen you. And I think the people who are upset are justified in a sense that they were, like, there first and they missed the old streamer. But I do think a lot of people try to cosplay as longtime fans for content creators they've never seen before, really just to get on the hate wagon and stuff like that, and just, like, really bash people. And sometimes it's not, like, a nefarious monetary thing. Sometimes it's, this video was 10 fucking years ago. That guy's had 10 years of lived life experience, and he might disagree with himself for better or for worse from the past. Not to say that everything from 10 years ago should just get stripped from the fucking record, because I don't believe that. I can't believe that. It would be a terrible thing for my commentary channels. But, yeah. You gotta evolve eventually. I don't like the words, like, that's another thing that I think people would take issue with if they heard this segment, and I do wish I didn't do that. I don't like to use it in a positive, like, a net positive stance. When I hear the word evolve, that implies somebody's better. Like, I guess you could say that Ian evolved. I think current iDubbbz sucks, dude. I wouldn't describe it as, like, an evolution. I would describe it as a change. But that's not to say that every change is negative either. Yeah.
Ninja's dark side.
Oh, and the other thing that I want to point out is I find it hilarious that we switch into the Nazi Zombies theme song as soon as he plays a video about Ninja saying bullying is bad.
To a dude who seemed to be constantly playing a persona.
Do not pick on anyone. There's nothing funny about it.
And this is the first element of Ninja's dark side. A constant persona.
Do not bully people. Bullying is bad. This is the first element of Ninja's dark side. It just seems psychotic to me. I'm sorry. I gotta watch it one more time, bro.
There's nothing funny about it.
And this is the first element of Ninja's dark side, a constant persona that's hiding how he truly feels about certain topics. There's a hilarious video uploaded by Coolia titled Do Not Bully.
This is so similar to the Chris video, and I'll point it out later. But, like, he pulls up a random fan video made, and like, and uses that as, like, a big portion of his video. With the Chris thing, it's like Mr. Beast is really sad looking at transition to Chris in the video with, like, really sad music playing. It's very similar here.
People, Ninja.
It's a meme video. Like, this is funny. We laughed at this. We didn't look at this and go like, oh, Ninja's fucking sinister because he says bullying is bad now and he used to yell at kids in video games.
He was giving a monologue about how,
but you're about to see how far he swings that.
How it's not good to bully people.
If your friends are bullying someone, you should tell them to stop. And if you're the one bullying someone, then you need to just stop.
Followed by numerous clips of Ninja bullying people.
You shut up when I'm talking to you! You shut your mouth!
And this kind of behavior is the basis for exploring the dark side of Ninja's life. It's that he's constantly saying things that are incongruent with his actual personality in order to appear as someone who he isn't.
He bottles it inside him to try and make himself look better, but I think this is really how he does act and how he really is. You know he's really not like that and he's putting on a show for the kids.
And that's true. He's not like that and he's putting on a show for the kids. But do you think that, like, legitimate bullying and like legitimate harassment of kids in school, because that's what I assume he's talking about in that video, is like you should like not stand idly by while your friend's getting shoved in a locker or like beaten or something in like the or like, you know, just insulted and stuff like that. Like, I'm assuming he's talking to children in that video. Do you think that's the same as like yelling at a kid when you play DayZ? Or, like, talking shit in game chat? Do you think that's... I mean, I understand there's a certain level of hypocrisy there. For sure. The way he uses it in the next section blows me away. And I'm just already starting to question it.
But it was going to come out eventually, and it has.
Take the don't bully people example. It's clear that Ninja is saying don't bully people to portray himself as an innocent person who would never do something like that.
Wait, to who? Who is that clear to? Wait, I'm sorry. Do you think the only reason Ninja would be against bullying with a child audience is to make himself look better? What are you talking about? The only reason... Because he's trying to wipe away his disgusting history. I feel you're taking a few liberties with that one.
Don't bully people to portray himself as the don't bully people example. It's clear that Ninja is saying don't bully people to portray himself as an innocent person who would never do something like that to another player. But does he not realize that almost everyone is aware of his past? Everyone's seen that.
It's almost like he just might be putting that message out there for a different reason, Sonny. I know. When you stage it like that and you say like, well, this is obviously why everyone agrees with me. And then go, but it's crazy. It's almost like you're kind of gaslighting a little bit. I'm sorry.
Clips such as,
"Fuck you, kid. You're adopted."
Now, in reality, there's nothing all that bad about talking dirty to another person on a game when you kill them, because it's simply a part of gaming culture. The pathetic, dislikable, dark part comes in when you begin to pretend to be something you're not. Pretending like you never did something in your past to save your reputation, instead of just admitting that you've got an equally dark, toxic past as any other.
Maybe he just doesn't want kids to bully each other in school. I know. It's crazy. Maybe it's not just like a huge career move to say don't bully people. Or maybe he wants to just... maybe he's not trying to change his entire past retroactively off of this one video.
The quote-unquote bully. This can also be replicated in more recent examples. Like when Ninja went out of his way to discuss how he's apparently never said anything racist in the past.
That would be a better example. Now you see, like... The first one I think is a huge leap. The second one I think is a better example.
So, you know, besides like that race, which I never did and always hated when people would still do, and somehow some people still do. 100% not okay to say like that. But anyways, never said that anyways in the last couple of years. Anyways, you know, I digress.
Which is once again another example of him trying to play a politically correct persona when his past tells us that political correctness really isn't in his genuine personality.
Those kids were so bad, dude. I'm so fucking dumb, dude. I'm doing this thing.
The fundamental problem.
Okay, so that's not racism, Sonny. That's not an example of him being racist, Sonny.
Correct persona when his past tells us that political correctness really isn't in his genuine personality.
Those kids were so bad, dude. I'm so fucking dumb, dude. I'm doing this thing.
The fundamental.
That's him joking, Sonny. That's him playing it up, Sonny!
The problem as a whole here seems to be that Ninja is constantly trying to be something he's not, which leads to a response from the audience along the line.
The funny part is the clip he shows to show how Ninja was previously not PC and how that whole persona is an act is clearly Ninja doing an act.
Bad, dude. I'm so fucking dumb, dude. I'm doing this thing.
He's clearly not that mad in the clip that he's watching. Like, that's an act.
If you try to be, you know, if you try to make a change for the better, you know, you're either fake or a sellout, and then people just say that they miss the old you.
But Ninja fails to realize the reason people...
Okay, so somebody said Ninja definitely dropped N-bombs back in the day. Alright, but do you think that me or even Sonny is going to sit here and go, oh, okay, using the N-word entirely in context... Like, we're like, I guess, like, maybe out of context is the right way to put it. Do you think there's a single clip of Ninja turning around and calling Alex the fucking N-word? Do you think there's, like, a legitimate racist thing that Ninja said? Or do you think it's going to be the clip of him rapping it, or maybe saying it by accident on a stream? Do you think he's ever been like, God damn that, insert race here? Do you think he's ever been, like, legitimately fucking racist? Well, Sonny would, maybe not you. No, I don't even think that's true. I don't even think that Sunny would take that position.
Perceive him as fake is not because he's toxic, not because he's family friendly. It's because, once again, he's trying to be something that he's not in order to appeal to an audience instead of just being who he truly is. People liked him most when he was the old toxic ninja.
That being said, I think that Ninja would attack somebody for saying the N-word in context. I'm sure he would, actually. I could totally see that happening.
That's what I'm talking about, dude! What is that?
Because they could feel that it was genuine.
I was so used to just swearing and saying whatever the hell I wanted, even, you know, not really.
Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Wait, I'm so sorry. I thought Ninja was trying to hide from his past, retroactively change it, and lie about his past.
It was genuine.
I was so used to just swearing and saying whatever the hell I wanted, even, you know, not really caring if I offended anyone.
And it wasn't just Ninja going out of his...
Sunny! That's not hiding. That's him admitting it in a more recent clip than the bullying one. I'm just...
way to be toxic in order to appeal to the old audience.
Okay, so how's your pro team doing that? How's your pro team doing that? How, you know?
Wait, now he's edgy again, and the only reason he could possibly be edgy again is specifically to siphon old viewers back.
This is the reason why people began to like Tfue more when he first started to gain popularity. It's that he did bully people, and he did talk a lot.
Guys, I like Tfue more because he bullies the shit out of people. That's the only reason why I would watch Tfue over Ninja. It's not that they're two completely different people or anything, and that one's like a new up-and-coming streamer, and that some people have been fans of Ninja for years. It's exclusively the bullying.
Tfue more when he first started to gain popularity. It's that he did bully people, and he did talk a lot of smack.
But I don't want to waste all my mats on this guy, when I know I could probably just shit on him.
But he simply owned it and was comfortable and honest about the fact that sometimes he was a bit of an asshole.
If Epic Games is watching my stream, go f yourself.
Tfue maintained this kind of attitude where he was unapologetic about his genuine personality, and as a result, he's had a loyal fan base ever since he blew up back in 2018. But going back to Ninja, an interesting question to answer might be, why did this dark side of his persona only seem to come into play as he began to decline in popularity? Well, when Ninja was at the top, he had no reason to...
Wait, the dark side of his personality only showed up when he started to decline? But you said the only reason that he got bigger is because he was appealing to a larger, wider audience. So the dark side of his personality is when he changed his whole persona from bullying kids and being edgy to being more family friendly. But also the dark side of his persona only appeared after he started losing the popularity he'd already garnered from the dark side of his personality. And I think the problem with this video, there's a lot of problems with this video. The Nazi Zombies theme song is still hilarious. But the biggest problem with this video for me is that he's just like saying this as if it's true. Like he's absolutely, he's not like, how do I explain this? Well, it feels like he's saying it like with a level of certainty that you couldn't possibly have for statements as weak as the ones he's saying.
To pretend to be something he wasn't because people simply watched him for nothing but his gaming ability. He could be as toxic as he wanted, as nice as he wanted, as genuine as he wanted, and his viewership would not change at all purely because it was the gameplay that people were there for.
If Ninja came out and got in a big controversy, despite the fact that the gameplay is the only thing that they were there for, his viewership would decline if he was cancelled. 100% 100%. If Ninja kept going on the trajectory that he was on, he would have never grown to the levels he was at any point, in my opinion. I don't think that would have happened.
But perhaps as he's declined in popularity in order to maintain relevance, Ninja feels like he has to play a persona of someone who his audience would like, such as the new...
Oh, okay, so now the dark side isn't the disingenuous, family-friendly persona. Now we've like clearly established the dark side is Ninja trying to be more like his previous self that he can't possibly be anymore. Because, like, I don't get it. Is he faking the PC persona and the real persona is the edgy one? Or did he become the PC persona and now the edgy one is fake? Like, I don't get what you're trying to argue.
Politically correct Ninja, but fails to realize that this just makes people like him even less because the audience can tell that all he's doing is trying to put forward a certain ingenuine image, which overall is
I thought the first image was ingenuine! fucking going crazy here? Hold on. Let me try to fucking work through this again. So Ninja used to be edgy and chill, okay? Alright? He used to be edgy, chill. He used to shit on kids in the lobby. He used to be just overall an entertainer more focused on teens to adults, right? Then, when Ninja started getting a lot of popularity, he moved from DayZ to Fortnite, a very colorful kids game. He became a more child-focused entertainer. He tried to become a better role model or whatever, quote-unquote, whatever he'd fucking say or whatever, given the opportunity to explain it, right? And he became more PC to try to, like, both become, I guess, more marketable and more appealing to a wider audience, okay? Then, you're saying, after that stopped kind of working, he reverted back to a more edgy persona and tried to appeal to a different audience again. And that's now bad, because even though that was his original persona, the reason why people liked him to begin with, we're supposed to be mad at him because it's not genuine, because he's not faking the fake persona that we previously didn't like him for. This is like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Do you want him to be edgy, or do you want him to be PC? And if you can't just get mad if he changes his entire, like, persona to the way that you want, and then you're just like, well, it's fake now. What does that even mean? I'm sorry, it's fucking making me, I'm gonna blow my brains out on the stream.
Huge component of Ninja's dark side. And this whole component is a basis for the next element of Ninja's dark side, and that's his bizarre foray into the...
This is the one. I'm sorry, we gotta go full screen. This is the one that breaks me. This is where I knew that he was psychotic. Watch this.
World of politics.
First of all, before we click play, I agree. I think some of the politics tweets that Ninja was making 2 years ago were pretty cringe. I swear. I'm not just a Ninja dick sucker. I agree with you. This is not how you make that argument.
For the next element of Ninja's dark side, and that's his bizarre foray into the world of politics. Not his political opinion as such, but more specifically why...
Moving from streamer to influencer. Keep politics out of the gaming scene, okay?
Into the world of politics. Not his
Sure,
political opinion as such, but more specifically, why is he even getting involved in politics at all? He's a gaming streamer. There have been numerous tweets over the...
There have been numerous tweets, okay? We're actually, let it play, and then we'll go back and see what he said.
He even getting involved in politics at all. He's a gaming streamer. There have been numerous tweets over the last 12 months relating to Ninja standing with the black community, and his wife stating that Ninja does his part for white privilege and...
Can you hear the air quotes that he's doing while he says this?
Racism, but this just goes back to the previous point of being ingenuine with his audience. Ninja is a multi-millionaire white guy spending his time playing video games who also seems to be somewhat low in compassion, judging from the way he treats his enemies after he kills them. Who do you think you're fooling?
Time out. This is fucking crazy. Okay. So these are the two tweets that he shows on stream. One of them being from Ninja's wife, not even from Ninja. Hold on, stop. Don't say what. Don't say lol. We're not there yet. We're not at the punchline. We're going to get to the point. Hold on.
Millionaire white guys.
Okay.
Ninja.
So the first tweet is the one we looked at earlier. Basically, Jessica Blevins is saying that Ninja has no tolerance for the hatred of black people. And I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is related to George Floyd.
He does his part for white privilege and racism. But this just goes back to the previous point of...
Where is the other tweet? It's this one. A black reporter gets arrested with valid media credentials while cooperating with police, all filmed live, and George's murderer is still free, tells you all you need to know about America's problems. I stand with the black community. # justice for George Floyd. Now, wherever you stand on the political spectrum, this is not a nuclear fucking tweet. All he's saying is he fucking stands with George Floyd, okay? That's all he's saying, is I stand with George Floyd.
It's over the last 12 months relating...
he gets shit for this tweet. He gets blown the fuck out for this tweet.
Ninja standing with the black community,
okay?
And his wife...
And by the way, he doesn't show why he gets blown out, or I guess he doesn't show any of that stuff. And he just shows Jessica defending her husband, saying, my husband doesn't hate black people. He does his part, bro. Alright? This is such a surface level fucking take Okay.
Stating that Ninja does his part for white privilege and racism, but this just goes back to the previous point.
And it's disingenuous. Why is it disingenuous, Sonny?
Of being ingenuine with his audience. Ninja is a multi-millionaire white guy spending his time playing video games who also seems to be somewhat low in compassion, judging from the way he treats his enemies after he kills them.
Bro! He can't talk about black people because he yelled at kids in DayZ 5 fucking years ago? That means he has such little compassion? He can't give a fuck about the black community? What? Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Dude, this guy took the clip of him saying, "Fuck you, kid, you're adopted," and he stretched it as far as he stretched it cross-continent. This is like, the fact that it hasn't broken yet, this is the most fucking malleable argument that I've ever seen. You could use this for anything, apparently. You can't stand with George Floyd because you said, "Fuck you, kid, you're adopted," in game chat. And that means you lack compassion, so you couldn't possibly have compassion for black people. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Seems to be somewhat low in compassion, judging from the way he treats his enemies after he kills them. Who do you think you're fooling, Ninja? You're just making yourself look like an idiot because everyone can tell that you don't really care about these societal issues. And
how do you say this with a straight face? With that, like, dude, this is like, "Go, man, you got him, man, keep cooking. Like, he's got like some fucking psychotic demon on his shoulder telling him this is a good argument, and he's fucking laying it down. He's like, "Bro, your whole audience knows that you're fucking fake. They know that you hate black people. They know it's not genuine." Like, what do you mean? What you didn't fucking demonstrate that. What are you talking about?
Like an idiot because everyone can tell that you don't really care about these societal issues, and you're just saying words to maintain relevancy and keep up your reputation. One of the great—
Or maybe he just feels fucking bad for the family of George Floyd. What? He talks shit in VC. This is his dark side, guys.
Creators on YouTube, Exerbia, sum this up perfectly.
You can jiggle and rearrange words, trying to trick your audience into coming away with a particular feeling or sense, but they know when you're bullshitting or trying to be a smartass. I've heard this time and time again on YouTube and found it myself. If you make something trying to pander to what you assume is popular, people always know.
I can't stress this enough. He's talking about pandering to shit that's popular. He made a fucking tweet about George Floyd. Everyone made a fucking this was like the biggest story. What are you talking about?
Somehow.
When you post something or make something pandering to what is popular.
I'm sorry, bro. Dude, and you can even say like he's pandering in other ways. Let's go back to the previous example. No, he keeps flashing this George Floyd tweet on the screen. Like, why? What do you mean? This isn't like a fucking...
People always...
This isn't a Disney show, man. This isn't like the new Marvel movie, dude.
No, somehow.
When you post something or make something pandering to what is popular, such as the hot topic of racial inequality, even the people who agree with you on the topic lose respect for you because they can sense the lack of authenticity and the fact that you're only posting it to appease your audience. On top of this, all Ninja is doing is alienating his audience and speeding up his demise.
What?
Because, as Sneeko said best...
Whoa!
He's alienating his audience and speeding up his demise because, as Sneeko said best,
successful people don't play any side politically because they're too smart to know that they just be alienating 50% of their clients.
By the way, Sneeko is one of the most political content creators right now. Literally one of the most political content creators you could possibly find.
Ninja argues it's not my job to educate kids who make racist and sexist comments.
Ninja's moronic venture into politics is simply giving...
Dude, the moronic venture. The guy, and they keep flashing the George Floyd tweet.
journalists a reason to pin clickbait on him, doing nothing besides making Ninja's life more difficult while giving him exposure for all the wrong reasons. What all of this shows is that Ninja isn't a very genuine person. He always claims that he hates being called fake, and that people just love to hate him because he's popular.
And you can call him fake when he's being super PC. I think that's fair. I just don't think it matters. Yeah, he's fake, dude. You got him.
But he's totally oblivious to the fact that he is fake. He's always trying to put on this persona based on whatever his fans want or whatever a hot topic is, instead of actually just acting out his natural personality. And Ninja's fakeness has gone beyond just trying to
That's because when he goes to be more edgy and like people were asking him to do, you guys say it's a bad thing. Because you don't actually want him to do anything. You just don't like him. Like, I mean, if you radically change your personality because of popular demand, then they're just gonna say you're doing it to become popular again. There's no win.
Constantly play a persona and has reached into the realms of being secretive about what's going on behind the scenes in his life. The final and certainly most interesting part of Ninja's dark side is without a doubt the decline of his appearance and physical health.
Guys, his dark side is that he's ugly. Guys, the worst part is that he looks like a heroin addict. That was the biggest decline.
The topic first became a point of interest on the 26th of January 2021 when a screenshot from a recent stream of Ninja's went viral on Twitter.
Ninja don't look too good, I think.
What is this voiceover, bro?
Things are getting worse. Is something wrong with Ninja? He looks kind of sick, and if that's the case, I hope he'll be okay. Why does Ninja look like the Yes Honey Man?
The concerns seem to be somewhat valid because when watching a video from literally only 10 months ago,
I'm proud of how I handled myself. I showcased myself and, obviously just continue to work hard and grind.
We can see that his physical decline has been somewhat rapid.
Oh my God.
And with such a rapid decline, his fans have speculated that the cause may be more than a simple nutrition problem.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
I'm not sure the ingredients in Red Bull are good. This dude...
I'm not sure the ingredients in Red Bull are good. He looks like an addict.
Looks like a straight addict. Lol, Ninja looks so pale and rough.
He looks so pale and rough, like a dope head.
Looks like one of them dope heads that look dead walking around my town sleep.
Dude, the heroin side.
While walking. Ninja looks like he's really into drugs or something. He's looking super rough, and he just looked a lot happier in his early days.
Various websites also began to spread a somewhat similar message of Ninja leaves fans worried with sickly physical appearance. And meanwhile, over on Reddit, almost everyone seems to have a somewhat similar...
Almost everyone seems to have a similar opinion. This post has 0 upvotes. Nobody upvoted it. There are no upvotes on this post.
...opinion relating to a possible substance abuse problem.
You know that...
There are 46 upvotes on this post.
Look where celebs...
Wait, that one's is 88% upvoted. Wait, he cut it off! He cut it off!
Get big and end up looking real rough compared to a few years ago. I just saw a video showing Ninja's face and was surprised. He looks completely changed, maybe even unhealthy. Anyone watch him frequently? Is he doing okay otherwise? I'm late here, but I just so happened to turn on Ninja and couldn't help but notice his appearance. Looking at him now compared to only 2 to 3 years ago, he is insane. He looks ungodly skinny, he's constantly fidgeting, and he has scars.
Dude, here's the deal. If this follows up with like an actual evidence that he has like a drug problem or something, like showing shit on the screen or something, sure. I just don't know what the point of this in a fucking dark side video is. Like, is the dark side of heroin? Like, what is happening?
Former professional Call of Duty player Adam Killer Sloss said that nobody talks about performance-enhancing substances because everybody uses them. The reason Killer had to retire from professional gaming was because without the substance abuse, you simply couldn't keep up with the other players who were doing it. And this certainly wasn't the first time a pro had made a claim along these lines. Back in 2015, after winning a $250,000 CSGO tournament, pro gamer Semphis credited much of the tournament win to the use of performance-enhancing substances.
We were all on Adderall. Like, it was pretty obvious, like, if you listen to the comms, people can hate it or whatever.
Okay.
Everyone does Adderall at ESEA land, right?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that Ninja has had to take a similar path in order to become a pro on Valorant? Ninja isn't stupid. He knows that the reason he blew up on Fortnite in the first place was because he was simply the best player. And in order to become one of the best players in Valorant...
Wait, I thought Ninja was good because of his personality. It was more edgy. Now it's only because he was really good?
First place was because
He's not stupid. He knows that the reason why he blew up is what I said it was, because I'm Sunny V2.
Simply the best player. And in order to become one of the best players in Valorant, it's certainly a possibility that Ninja is cutting corners and losing his physical appearance in the process.
Am I wrong to say that's fucking psychotic? It's not psychotic to think that, like, oh, maybe Ninja has a bad appearance, like, has a declining appearance, and maybe it could be Adderall because that's a common thing in this community, right? Like, that's something you could say. I just don't know if I'd put it in a fucking video and act like it's act like it's true and show completely random fucking esports clips of different people who had drug addictions and play the Nazi Zombies theme song in the background. It seems kind of fucking sinister, bro.
The overwhelming theme of Ninja's dark side appears.
Wait, we're done with the drug section? That's it?
Is to be a general lack of authenticity, constantly playing a fake persona that he thinks
that was it.
Audience, pretending to care about social issues.
There's the George Floyd tweet again.
In order to gain virtue signaling points from his departing fan base, and a lack of transparency with what's going on behind the scenes in relation to his physical and mental health. Ninja seems to have some dirty skeletons in the closet, being hidden in order to maintain his personal image. But with a declining fan base, we really have to question whether or not this is such a good decision for his career.
You don't give a fuck about his career. What are you talking about? This video is insane. This is a crazy fucking video that he posted. I wish I could see the ratio. But like, even Sony V2s, actually hold on, wait, I got this. Hold on. Alright guys, you ready? We're gonna review this video right now, okay?
This was kind of wild. Dude's grown up. It's one thing if he did this overnight, but this is over the course of years. And if anything, he deserves a lot of credit for realizing his fan base is mostly children and trying to give them a positive message. Out of all the streamers I've watched in my time, I think that Ninja is probably the most.
That's it. That's the comment.
The past doesn't define people.
Actually, hold on, wait. I need to... Wait. I got this. Hold on, wait. Here you go. Ready?
The past doesn't define people. People change, and he isn't the same exact person he was back then. Even if he said what he said to that kid came at him first. And yes, he shouldn't have said it to that kid. We all make mistakes, and that doesn't make him a bully. This video is honestly psychotic, and Sneeko said it best. Holy shit, dude. Just because Ninja trash talks someone on Fortnite doesn't mean he bullied them. Bullying can exist when no one knows he's even talking to them, and it's all over being killed in a game. I'm sure every player has talked trash after killing someone, and everyone's heard it talk to them after dying. Expecting a grown man to perpetuate the same toxic behaviors he did when he first came up is literally so weird. Honestly, it's somewhat intriguing that he even thought it seemed to damage his career at all. Ninja continued to try to change for the better without any incentives. Why does his change have to be seen as something negative? Honestly, you'd do a lot better working in a movie theater than being on YouTube, given how good you are at projection. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking this whole thing up now. I don't blame him. He was put in a position of influence and his only option was to come across as a role model.
Oh yeah, so... I mean, this is how he does research, bro! Guys, look! At least these YouTube comments have upvotes, my guy! At least I pick ones that have fucking upvotes, unlike fucking Sunny V2 who pulls up Reddit comments with 83 fucking upvotes. Yeah, bro, people agree with these ones! Oh, man. Alright, so that's not even why we're here. We're still talking about... We have to watch the Chris video now. Oh, fuck, bro. Oh, fuck. Alright, so... I told
Quintessential
Tom. I called into the Turkey Tom show, as everyone knows.
I was very drunk, but yeah, I like dick. I was very drunk, but yeah, I like dick.
Okay. So I called into the Chicken Chad show on April 12th, all right? Well, it might have been, yeah, it was around 11 o'clock or whatever. It was actually technically the same day that I had this conversation because it was early in the morning, but it was before the video released. And I was talking to Tom, and he's like, no, I like Sunny V2. His content's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, but Tom, every so often, he puts out a schizo video. And he's like, no, he never does it. Oh, someone in chat doesn't know that it's the same guy who did the Chris video. Yeah, no, it is. This is the same guy. That's why we're doing this. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So I was telling Tom, like, the night before, I don't think it's still up on his channel, but, like, holy shit, bro. He does it again. He puts out another schizo video. Now, this one, I believe, isn't as hated. I mean, it is hated, but it's not as hated because there's a lot of people who are just we'll talk about that part too. But yeah, this is the new Mr. Beast Chris Chandler video. This is a video that that Sunny V2 made to explain how Chris coming out as trans is going to be bad for Mr. Beast's career. Okay. It's still up, but it's members only. Yeah, I don't have a members to his thing, so I can't pull it up on stream right now. It's members only. Yeah, I can't get it. I'm not gonna pay for it. Oh shit, bro. Yeah, this is a good one. Chris Chandler. Sorry, yeah, I missed the two of them up. Chris Chandler. Oh fuck, that's actually. Wait, no, that's not what I was trying to. Wait. Chris N. Chandler. Oh my god, bro. I just total. Dude, I gotta cut that out of the VOD. Oh fuck. What is? I forgot his last name already. Oh fuck. What is his real last name? Chris Tyson. Fuck. That was a bad one, guys. That was a bad one. Whoa, that was a bad one. Jeez, I dog whistled a little there.
Tyson situation. The Chris Tyson situation.
Oh, I could have just played the video. Shit.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this.
Let's go over the drama, guys. Shows Chris walking around with a crop top. Oh fuck, this is painful to watch already. Nah, don't cut it out. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna leave it in. I'll leave it in.
The Mr. Beast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing.
Dude, the Vine boom at Chris potentially becoming more feminine.
In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude.
Do you think that he takes this like personally? The gun and truck loving fucking. I mean, he's Australian, but I feel like if he fucking did exist in the United States, he would live in the deep south. Based off of these last two videos, I do think that's probably what would have happened there. No offense to anybody. I don't know.
Beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my nails done at a nail."
Dude, do you guys like the music where it sounds like he's murdering something? This is like the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, but like what he's showing on screen is Chris getting his nails done.
Tech. Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such
It sounds like a true crime video. Well, to be honest, it sounds like he thinks it's a true crime video too when he's making it.
As "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better," yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his Mr. Beast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish."
sorry. The music takes me out of it every time. Dude, I'm listening to the true crime video talking about like the murder of, I don't know, who's like some recent person who got murdered. I'm listening to the murder of Gabby Petito right now, and then fucking Sunny V2 jumps in and he's like, so on fucking 3 months ago, Beast Reacts channel uploaded, I strapped a GoPro onto a fish, and it's just so fucking melodramatic. It's too melodramatic for me, bro. I'm a drama YouTuber, and this is too fucking melodramatic for me.
In which Chris dressed
This is like the Jewish question of fucking Mr. Beast videos. It really is.
in a way that prompted comments such as, Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother. Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating,
at least he figured out in the last 2 years how to find some comments or something that have actual likes behind them, or like that actually imply people agree with it. I know he's still using random YouTube comments, but and there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but now he has an actual example.
How did Chris go from this to this? While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now,
whoa, we're just gonna fucking move right past that one as if that's like a real thing that could happen.
This was pretty ridiculous, as Carl isn't even that feminine.
Okay, no, maybe I'm being uncharitable. He did try. I'll slow down.
Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end.
Now, somebody in chat says, Chris separated because he was transitioning and not vice versa. Otherwise, so many divorced men would have transitioned. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to use it as a given fact, but I will say it is entirely a possibility. There are situations, and this is a video that that's being made right here, that basically, and I think Chud Logic put it best, this could have been made on a gay guy. If there was like the current internet that we have now, with the current social media structure, this is the type of video that would have been made on a gay guy like 10 fucking years ago, 15 years ago, for sure. And it's only because this is the next current pillar of fucking acceptance or whatever that we're talking about trans people here. That's why this video is made. Now, here's the deal. It's entirely possible that Chris was like nervous from the way the relationship ended, or was having, I don't know, so maybe he was having a midlife crisis really early or something, and that like that would play into the reason why he might be transitioning. Maybe he's in a bad mental state, and that's like the reason he's doing it. I don't fucking know, but it's possible, okay? It's also possible that Chris was trans, and then they ended the relationship mutually because Chris didn't want to be married anymore and felt like a woman in a man's body. It's entirely possible that that's the case. You know what I mean? It might be possible that Chris like had a traumatic life experience and then completely changed himself, or maybe Chris genuinely thought he was a girl, and then that like led to events that would normally transpire in that situation. You follow? Like, it's like, how many times have you heard a story about, oh, they got divorced? Why? Because the husband was gay the whole time or something like that. That's not, like, I don't know, like, how many scenarios do you hear like that? And then how many scenarios do you hear where a guy just starts sucking dick because his wife, divorced him? I don't know.
Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails.
Or maybe he was trying to be a wife and his wife realized that wasn't compatible for the life that she wanted. Like, this is such a huge leap in like logic based off solely, this is around the time that he publicly came out that he wanted to transition or came out as bisexual, right? And therefore that must be exactly how it went down. As if there's no like private aspect to being trans, or private aspect to being gay, or private aspect to being bisexual that you would have already come to a decision about far before you decide to let your audience know about it. It's such a weird fucking angle to take. Sounds like Tipster's marriage. Well, no, Chris got a divorce.
As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather—
No! Who the fuck said that? Where did Chris come out and go, guys, I'm gonna be less fucking feminine now, alright? I'm gonna take a little break, and then the fucking nail polish is coming off! It's coming off tomorrow! You're retarded if you thought that was what was going to happen. Why is that even being portrayed in the video?
Yeah. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both Carl and Mr. Beast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so well.
This whole video screams like, and his audience thought that he might get back in the closet, but unfortunately, he's chosen to continue like, Jesus fuck, bro. It's crazy. Guys, just switch, like, use, I guess sub it out for, like, being gay. It's like, listen, his audience thought that he would stop sucking dick, but he just kept on doing it. He clearly hates his fans. What I know about Chris, he has a southern background, so that's arguably even harder to come out in regards to the US. Yeah, I totally believe that. He potentially had a lot of internalized transphobia, and it's totally possible as well.
Welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy."
I mean, like, here's the deal. I do think that, like, the trans genocide stuff is overplayed. I think that people acting like I don't know, we're gonna line up trans people in the streets and mow them down is like an insane overreach. And it sounds like kind of just some stuff that they feign, that the trans community on Twitter feigns to get like support for stuff, and basically say like, if we don't have this right now, they're gonna kill us all or something like that. I think it's ridiculous. That being said, you're explaining all of this with the song like that sounds like it's in a murder mystery like movie, you know? Like, it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like that. Yes, that is exactly what it sounds like. That's the tone of the whole video.
Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be—
It sounds like Chris just killed 5 children. Like, Jesus.
A great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria," yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. "You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure?" Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from Mr. Beast as
like, it's psychotic. You're just getting all these messages where these people are saying some fucking depraved shit. Like, you're stripping your son of having a father figure just so you can act zesty and be like, it's like clearly just, I'm just calling the F slur at that point. Like, holy shit, right? And then it's crossed with Chris just being like, "I'm so happy. I'm gonna be a great father for my son." And then it's just like, it's so weird. This is just such a weird video. To him, trans Chris killed the straight married Chris. That's what it sounds like. If they think trans women are still men, how is Chris no longer a father? That's fucking true. Oh God. Yeah, reading 3 and 5 like unhinged comments.
As well as Nolan and Carl. However,
I don't know, what happened to like live and let live? You know? I don't understand. Like, when did this become like... I don't get it. I feel like all the people who like 3 or 4 years ago were like, I don't give a fuck what you do as long as you're not hurting anybody or whatever. Now it's just like, it's just line them up against a wall. It's crazy.
these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe.
Do you not think like a fucking grown man can make a decision that he doesn't want to be a man anymore? You don't think that like, no one's talking about giving like children HRT here or giving children like life-changing surgery, but you don't think a grown adult can have this decision for themselves and even choose like to do it and then regret it later if they want to? I don't understand.
MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life. In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent live
and somehow it gets even more serious. The tone has changed yet again.
stream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does.
Okay, this is the part I was comparing before with like the ninja video when he's showing the do not bully people meme and like taking it hyper seriously. This is a meme video, and it might even be intentionally this hyper serious or whatever, because the person might be completely psychotic who made it. I don't know that for a matter of fact. But like, watch this. Watch this source right here.
It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism.
Bro, yes, anybody can zoom in on a live stream. When you say most of the stream, by the way, wasn't awkward, right? Anyone could zoom in on weird moments of the stream and put in like fucking psychotic music in the background, right? Or whatever, or just like super fucking stressful music in the background and make like a video like that. I mean, like what? What do you... I don't understand. What is this fucking video, man?
Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique.
It's difficult to say. What the fuck? What does that even mean?
Especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence.
It feels like he's giving us the background to Chris's mass shooting. It does. It absolutely does. It literally sounds like this is a precursor, and he's going to explain how Chris murdered 15 people in the name of fucking trans people in the next section. It really, really does. And now cue the sad music that you're supposed to feel.
However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in?
Okay, so the rest of the video, that whole video is kind of speculatory. The first 6.5 minutes really isn't terrible. I would say it would just kind of be kind of weird. The first 6.5 minutes is just kind of weird, right? When it starts to hit the 7-minute mark, the video then is just insane. It treats Chris like he's not a man or a woman, but he's like property. It treats Chris like like he's a fucking character in a TV show. You need to watch this. This is insane.
To say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place. Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience.
By the way, we just watched an entire video, an entire fucking video from Sunny V2, where he tells you that you have to be yourself even if it's at a detriment to your own career, right? Saying that Ninja, his fucking fake persona, is the dark side of who he is because he tried to appeal to the mass audience and he wasn't himself. And now we're watching a video from Sunny fucking V2 where he's telling this trans person that it's probably better if you just stop doing that thing or fucking leave. Just leave. It's crazy.
He'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos. MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Guys, we learned in Hollywood. Guys, nobody liked the blue-haired bitch from The Last Jedi. Rose Tico sucked too. They're trying to make Luke Skywalker gay now. There's women at the front of Star Wars. Nobody likes it. Chris, you shouldn't be trans. This person, you have to treat them like you're subhuman to make this argument. Chris is not a fucking Marvel movie, dude.
A massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for...
Guys, drama's good for growth, so I made Chris trans. Because I knew it would benefit the channel in the long run. This is psychotic.
Bro, 100%.
This is from theory crafting to theory alchemy.
That would be an easy way to up my piece if I got it.
The problem is this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos.
Jimmy's been friends with Chris since they grew up. And he brought him all the way out here. And he made him into a fucking micro-E celebrity on the internet. And he's basically said he's going to support his fucking friend, even if he agrees, disagrees, or anything. It's none of your business. So, like, why the fuck would Jimmy care if some people don't want to watch anymore? I mean, the guy's got like 100 million subs. Yeah, if you don't want to watch anymore because there's a trans guy on the fucking screen, okay. I don't understand. Like, cool? Bye? Like, I don't know.
If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe...
And I don't like the speculation that, because that's what that is, right? When he's talking about this right here, he's like, well, Jimmy can't do anything even if he wanted to, because trans people or whatever are a protected fucking class. That's what he's saying, right? And I don't even disagree that that's the case, at least on Twitter prior to Elon Musk. I do think socially, there wouldn't be much Mr. Beast could do if he hated Chris now. Absolutely. But you're layering on shit like, here's an awkward moment from their live stream, acting like Mr. Beast is like a caged fucking animal who's trying to rip off the shackles and just be fucking transphobic, when there's no indication that that's the case. There's no indication that Mr. Beast is like, ah, God, I fucking hate Chris now, and there's nothing I can do about it.
A media firestorm. The only clean solution should things go south might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable.
Yeah, how is this a brand liability? I know. Yeah, look, I don't want to sit here and fucking take pot shots all fucking day, but there's a reason why there's a liability with attacking Chris, and there's not a liability with defending Chris. And that's because the people who hate Chris for being trans and think that like all trans people are fucking pedophiles, rapists, attacking children in schools, and like making the quartering type videos where they call out teachers who have a pride flag in the classroom and say, get these people away from your kids. Those guys have like no industry power at all whatsoever. Like all these, and by the way, it doesn't matter that the companies are like super pro-trans or whatever. They're only pro-trans because that's the way socially that the whole country has gone. So they do the we care about current things stuff right now, and that's trans people. So there's really no risk to Jimmy at all whatsoever for having a trans person on their, or at least no measurable risk to having a trans person on Jimmy's payroll. Okay, because the majority of people are on board with that stuff, or at least live and let live and don't give a fuck. And the people who do really don't matter. Like, I gotta be real, they really don't matter. But I'm not gonna harp on it too much because it's gonna piss off people. Because typically those people who feel the other way are in the like these spaces and these communities and stuff like that. And like that's I don't know. Yeah, I'm not looking to. I'm not fucking Mr. Beast. I don't have 100 million subs and I don't have corporate backing. But neither do the people who hate him.
Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
So this whole section at the end is like Chris has to drop because it's the only way to protect Mr. Beast's brand. And it's so it's psychotic. It really is psychotic. It's like, didn't anybody stop to think that Chris's transition might affect Jimmy's bottom line? Didn't anybody stop to think that Chris Tyson getting divorced from his wife and having to have a strained relationship with his child or something, or not being able to see them and live in the same household with them, and like have a and then have to come out and like fucking tell his whole parents and stuff like that, who may or may not be accepting, and then have to put himself in front of the entire fucking world now, who knows who he is, who might be bigoted or might not be bigoted, might have to go through this. Did anybody stop and think about how that might affect Jimmy? No? Oh god, Chris is such a bad friend for going through that whole process without thinking about how this could affect Mr. Beast. You know? Isn't there somebody you forgot to ask? Yeah. We forgot to ask Sunny V2, who forgot to ask Jimmy, who forgot to ask Chris, who Chris forgot to tell. I can't, man. It's so fucking crazy. It's insane. I can't believe this video is so funny, bro.
Arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to—
Chris, get back in the closet, bro. Get back in the closet like Ninja. Everyone liked Ninja when he hated bullying. Get back in the closet.
How this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved—
This is the Bud Light shit again. Oh, guys, we can't drink Bud Light anymore. They put a trans person on it. They don't know their demographic. You want to hear about fucking Bud Light for a minute? Fucking 5 years ago, they changed the name of Budweiser to America. And you know who gave a fuck about that? Nobody. They lost money or something. It fucking bombed. They literally tried to cater to these people and made like no fucking money for it. So like 5 years later, they came out and went the other way. They picked a fucking trans person to put on the bottle or on the cans or whatever. And you know what? That still probably didn't matter. It's just an example of corporate people going, let's try to do current thing. A lot of fucking redneck people in the South like drinking Budweiser, so we'll put fucking America on the can. Oh, hoo-wee. Guys, where's fucking Budweiser from? Where's Budweiser from? I gotta ask you, where do you think Budweiser's from? Budweiser is a Belgian company who makes American-style beer. It's a Belgian company who tried to profit off of naming their beer America. They were slimy pieces of shit way before they put a trans person on Bud Light. And here's another thing. Know the demographic. It's a light beer. It's always been gay. What do you, like, oh no, there's LGBTQ representation in the light beer. Exactly! That's the demographic! Gay people! It's light beer! Whatever. They don't give a fuck about trans people. They don't give a fuck about America. They don't give a fuck about their demographic. They just want people to buy their fucking product. That's it. That's all it is. It's a fucking corporation. That's all it is. The Bud Light stuff's funny. I don't know. The only thing about Bud Light was putting neo-pronouns on the can. It's your fucking fault, internet. You guys haven't hated neo-pronouns enough. If you did, they wouldn't be on the Bud Light can. Yeah. Oh man, I'm losing my voice from fucking performatively yelling at the screen today. Sue me. Did you know that I'm not actually yelling at the screen because I'm completely fucking seething? Do you know that part of that is part of the gimmick? Make the video, Sonny. Make the video. Oh, man. Oh. So, yeah, this is the Sonny V2 stuff. I will talk about something now, all right? I don't know where I can get the screenshots, but there is some stuff that I do want to talk about. Because I did get messages from Dimmy. I believe Dimmy's from like the DGG orbit, okay? And there is stuff that I see a lot of people who are pro Chris Tyson, or at least, I wouldn't say that I'm pro Chris Tyson. I would say that I'm probably anti Sonny V2. Because I don't know anything about Chris. I only know that that video is bad. But there is some interesting shit going on with Chris Tyson that would be probably disingenuous for me not to talk about. Okay? So we're gonna look at exhibit number 1, exhibit number 2, and exhibit number 3, right? And we're gonna talk about why this might be concerning, why it's probably not as concerning as you're thinking about, and why, if it is, yeah, you probably should disavow. All right, we need some music here. Let's use some some fucking Sonny V2 type of music. Actually, no, let's use this. I like this song. No, if I use this, I can't play it in the fucking, yeah. I can't play it in the video if I use that, so. Okay, chat, now that we've done our 2 hours of talking about Sonny V2, this is a bit concerning, chat. So, Smaggledaggle sent this to me, and I wasn't really ready to talk about it because I don't know the whole context of this whole situation. But as you know, Shadman is probably a pedophile. Shadman draws naked pictures and sexually suggestive pictures of children. Real children, not just lolicon, but he does draw lolicon. He draws real, actual fucking children. And if you don't know, there was a community on YouTube that I would say is like equally as degenerate as the people defending it for other reasons, who were, well, maybe not equally, but on the same page, who thought that Shadman's right to draw a sexually fucking whatever child, right? A sexually drawn depiction of a child, real child, by the way, was a free speech issue. And we'll look at a few of those tweets in a minute. A lot of people have worked with fucking Shadman in the last couple of years, and a lot of the skeptic YouTubers defended the fuck out of Shadman in like 2018, 2017, 2016. This is not new. One of Shadman's biggest controversies was being involved with drawing, I believe, the girl from the last X-Men movie. I think Logan was the minor from that movie sexually, and then the girl herself had come across it and went like, this is fucking disgusting, and tried to sue Shadman and attack their the website and get it taken down. All things that I find completely justified because I think Shadman is a pedophile and I don't give a fuck about any of that other shit. right? That's my position. Drew Keemstar's daughter sexually and stuff like that. This guy is disgusting. He's a heroin addict. He's a huge piece of shit. I'm not defending Shadman at all whatsoever. But Chris Tyson appears to be mutuals with Shadman. Not just because he followed Shadman, but because he interacted with Shadman's tweets, and not just normal tweets. I don't know the context behind this one in particular, but these are the messages that are being shared around the internet right now. Of Chris talking about Lolicon in 2016, and Chris making potentially jokes about a 4-year-old girl in 2017. And we do know that Chris is friends with Shadman in some capacity. Now, there are 3 scenarios with some of the stuff we're seeing here. I know there are more full screenshots, and I don't have them on hand. Let me see if I can find... Let me look up Shadman, Chris Tyson. There are... Because I don't want to show the image, because there's like an image he tweeted of a lolicon as well. I don't know where I would be able to find this. Here. Okay, this is it. I found... I'll take a screenshot, and I won't put the picture on... Okay. Now, the minor isn't, like, naked, but I do think the lolicon image is gross, and I wouldn't show it. I think it's tantamount to child pornography. So, it's all over Twitter. Let me see. Here. So, we know for a matter of fact that they're at least they have spoken. Chris has interacted with the work of Shadman previously. I believe these tweets are related to Shadman stuff, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have them in front of me. But yeah, this is pretty fucked up. Now, I will point out that a lot of people did defend Shadman around this time for like free speech purposes. And stuff like this could technically be like James Gunn style jokes. Everyone's okay with James Gunn making jokes like this. But it also could be something more sinister. Chris absolutely could be a lolicon. Chris absolutely could be a supporter of Shadman. The problem is that, unfortunately, none of this stuff was in the video. None of this stuff made it into the Sunny V2 video. At all. These are the actual legitimate red flags with Chris, and Sunny just didn't get them. So, yeah, that's it. Blueberry cringe. No, they aren't. Nick, come on. Well, what would you say? What would be your opinion on that one? Because I'm total. The bitch looks good for 4 is a lyric from Dora the Explorer's Pink Eye. I was unaware of that. But I do know, based off of these images, like these screenshots or whatever, I did find this tweet, which is a bit more concerning. So we can cross off the pink guy reference. But either way. Sonny thinks that Shadman is good for branding. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Where's Tipster to defend this? That's definitely not the real Hannah Animal. Yeah. I would consider it a red flag. Yeah. But I mean, that's exactly what I was saying, is these could be James Gunn style jokes. So, in that case, that's a fucking lyric from Pink Eye song. That's a Joji lyric, right? That's why Joji changed his persona and had a fucking dark side or whatever. So it is possible that some of these are jokes. But here's a problem that I see, is that he seems to be he seems to be a supporter of the artwork that Shadman has been producing. And I wouldn't be really cool with that. And if you guys look back, there are a lot of people who have defended Shadman in like weird ways. Again, I'm not fucking calling anybody out or saying anybody's like a pedo or something, but I know that Elvis the Alien worked with Shadman on thumbnails for a long time before he inevitably took them down. Way after that stuff with Keem's daughter and stuff, you know? And they were still up after all that, I mean. And it's not just like this list of people following him. This isn't like the Jeffrey Epstein list of YouTube. There were people openly supporting them. I thought I saw one. Where's the one I saw that was really interesting? Because, yeah, here, this is a funny one. I don't know. Who is Morbius Devo? Does anybody know who this guy is? So, Morbius Devo produced these two images, and he's fighting with Lance from the Surfs, right? Saying that he doesn't have... Lance is saying he doesn't have Lolly on his radar, and Morbius Devo... This is Short Fat Otaku, okay. Short Fat Otaku posts these images, one of them being the Joji quote, that I'm not a huge fan of Joji, so I wouldn't know. And then the knob cranking... These were recently deleted, right? And he goes, the difference between us is that I said Lolly is weird, but no actual child is harmed, so it shouldn't be banned. And that being a free speech fan, not a Lolly fan. All these people are fucking cringe. The fact that this tweet has been made April 14th, 2023 is fucking gross. I think Short Fat Otaku is a fucking freak for this. I don't give a fuck about your free speech issue. They're drawing fucking naked children. They're drawing sexual depictions of real children. It's not Lolly as the thing Flamenco read. This is an image of real children that he's drawing sexually, in some cases to fuck with people. Fuck you. No, it's not a free speech issue. You're a fucking freak if you're going to defend this in 2023. And you're probably still a fucking freak if you were defending it in 2018. It's a yikes, absolutely. Friends with Flamenco, by the way, not a shocker. If you're gonna die on the Lolicon Hill, you really do deserve the fucking backlash. In 2020 fucking 3. Oh look, it's Lance and Merrick sawing out over a Lolicon. These people don't give a fuck about children. A lolly enjoyer is still... Do these arguments start to sound a little bit like what you'll hear from the 1,000-year-old dragon community? Listen, if I had $1 for every time a Lolicon wrote, they don't give a fuck about actual children... By the way, Short Fat Otaku, he drew actual children, just to be clear. And one of them was not too happy about it. None too pleased, by the way. I'm just saying, if I had to go down a short list of every fucking debating Lolicon fucking degenerate, one of the first arguments they're gonna make is, these people don't give a fuck about children. Maybe don't take an L to Lance. Oh my god, they're gonna start saying Mr. Beast is woke and bad. Merrick sucks, by the way, and so does Lance. I hate the two of them. Wait. Sure I do. Everything I did half a decade ago or earlier was based. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think this is fucking cringe too. I'm sorry. I think all the Lolicon shit's fucking weird. I'll call out Pris, and I'll call out Short Fat Otaku for being fucking weird. I will, 100%. Will the VOD be up? Yeah. Excuse me, Nick. It's a 10,000-year-old vampire. Get it right, double stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anytime I hear shit like this, like, oh, they're sawing out over a Lolicon. Okay. Okay. Whatever. I think that people are just searching up for Bro's edgy jokes. It's a mega red flag, I agree. But it's 2016, and he was obviously a huge retard with it. No, I agree with you, but... And a lot of people also currently follow Shadman because they're trying to see like what happens with him because he's more of like an infamous figure now. I recommend watching Tom's video. Trisha Paytas made disgusting tweets and disgusting videos that are probably more gross than some of the stuff that Chris Tyson was even accused of. And she's perfectly fine. Nobody goes after her. I don't understand that for the life of me. But there's like it's a weird thing where like people like Shane Dawson get criticized, people like Trisha Paytas don't. I find it more alarming that Chris went out of his way to buy Lolly artwork. Yeah, again, that's why I'm talking about it. That's why I'm not like I'm not hiding it. If Chris is a freak, Chris is a fucking freak, and he should be criticized for it. But Chris isn't a freak because he's fucking trans, and it doesn't matter about Mr. Beast's bottom line. It matters about him being comfortable in his own body and him being allowed to be who he wants to be. If he wants to be a pedophile, condemn him for it. That's my position. Crazy, right? Isn't it crazy? It's almost like I hate pedophiles, but not trans people, and I don't think that they're one and one. Nuclear. I haven't heard from Trisha since she had her baby. Good. I hope we never hear from her again. But yeah, that's the drama. That's the tea. We did it, boys. We did it. 2 hours on fucking Sunny V2, and it's gonna take me ages to edit this into a watchable video. But we have done it. We have made it. Do you want to watch a video of Edwin explaining the drama to his mother? Oh god, that was bad. It's so embarrassing, dude. It's so... Again, I'm not really showing a lot of content because I do genuinely think that the entire career trajectory of people like Edwin is entirely based on whether we choose to fight with them or not, because I don't think they have anything else to offer until Edwin starts working on main channel again. And I don't want to sit here and help them. But I thought Tipster put out a video of Edwin talking to his mother on stream about the Babs drama. Did he delete it? Oh man, let me find this. Tipster tweets way too fucking much, and most of the time it's not really anything of substance. Watch this. Is this not the most awkward shit?
Put yourself.
I'm not gonna put this in the VOD so I can play copyrighted music over it. I'm gonna play the Edwin song. This is the Edwin song, by the way.
Hey mom, what's up? I'm doing a show. Mom, right now. Doing a show. My mom's here. Okay, wait, hold on, mom. Come here. Okay, might as well break the awkward, right? So basically,
I got my steps. I brought him.
thank you, mom. I love you. So some chatter thinks let it go because this woman online made up a sexual assault. Like she said that I sexually abused the woman from Pittsburgh, right? And she thinks that's okay. She's like, let it go. Like imagine that, right? That's okay with the internet. Yeah, that's okay with the internet now. It's fucking ridiculous. Like I shouldn't be outraged. It's like, oh my god. Put yourself. Hey mom.
It's so pathetic. God, isn't it so fucking pathetic, chat? Doesn't it just make you just quiver? Isn't it just gross? Have you ever seen someone so desperate and pathetic? It's so crazy. What's that song? It's called Solitude by M83. Oh man, she wordlessly leaves the room. Yeah, it's just psychotic. Oh, sure know how to pick him over in this community. The vlogging through time drama is pretty, kind of small right now, but I wish it was bigger. I might talk about that at some point soon. Trans drama alert. Is there anything else going on? Otherwise, I might end stream soon.
There you are, playing the PvP in your World War II shooter, and all of a sudden, you're a Nazi. You didn't ask for this. You didn't choose this.
Talk about Michael Alberto. Oh, God. You know, I let Augie and Tom handle the Michael Alberto stuff kind of behind the scenes, and they can do whatever they see fit with it, and it would be their responsibility. I didn't really want to get too... I mean, I wanted to get involved, but I didn't get involved because I do respect them, and I think that they have a good grip and a good handle on the situation. What I will tell you is I think that Michael Alberto is like the school shooter archetype. Fucking loser, pathetic, degenerate. That's all I have to say about Michael Alberto. I think he's every fucking bit as weird as I thought he was when I first met him. I feel a bit of euphoria knowing that I was right about another one. And that's my stance on Michael Alberto. I think he's a freak. So that's my stance. Never liked him, never will. The problem is the most of the stuff that happened is, I guess, by the decisions of everyone else behind closed doors, and I'm not going to intrude on that. I will say that a lot of people who are saying that he was joking about potentially doing some form of life ruination, I don't believe that, at least initially when he was planning it out, that was the case. It just comes off as one of the most pathetic incel things I've ever seen in my life. And that's my whole stance on Michael Alberto. I fully believe that's the case. If the video Tom made about him is right, and I don't know about any of that stuff. Yeah. The thing is, right, Michael Alberto isn't liked by the America First guys either. Because all of them just see him as a fucking loser who plays every side of every fucking situation. As someone who just desperately wants friends, wants companionship, wants to be liked, and is totally okay with playing every side to get there. And that's exactly what I saw when I saw Michael Alberto the first time, and it's exactly why I don't like him now. And the only thing that I agree with the America First people on is that kid's probably a fucking snake. Yeah, sure. 100%. It's my stance. It's the reason why people over here start to not like him, as I've noticed. Have you already made a video about how Grimsy called Ice Spice mid and then Normie yeah, I talked about that in the beginning of the stream. Oh, man. He just exists to be a punching bag. I don't even think Nick likes him. But Nick needs to like him, because if he doesn't, he has no purpose in life. Before Edwin called Aiko a pedophile in the same stream. I didn't see that. Jesus. I mean, it's Edwin, though, so it's not really news. Tom made a video on an anonymous friend, and it's obviously Michael. Wait, really? Oh, I can't. If it is, I can't tell you. Can you link it to me? Because I'm interested to hear about it. Let me see your fucking Stanley Cup bracket. I haven't done one yet, Tomato, but I will probably after the stream do one. I'm hoping my boys win. I see Money Puck says that we have the lowest percentage chance of winning, despite this as being the greatest Rangers team in my fucking lifetime, but... Everyone's rocking the pedo jacket nowadays. Yeah, everyone pedo jackets everybody. Because if you say, like, this guy's cringe, 50 people will be like, they're not cringe, they're based. And then, like, if you do, if you say somebody's a pedophile, then at that point, like, he's the worst thing in the entire world. He's a pedophile or whatever, even if they're not actually a pedophile. But you can't defend it, otherwise you're a pedo supporter, which is, like... For everyone but Nick Fuentes, that's like the kill-all situation. But if Nick finds out somebody's like predatory, then it's like, well, it's not really that bad. I think the Tears of the Kingdom trailer it cooked enough for me to buy another Switch. Whew. Yeah. But what's the name of the video? Does anyone know the name of the Tom video? I think that was a different friend, was it? I can't tell you if it was, but I'm assuming if Tom was going to make a video on Michael, he would have just made it on Michael. I don't think that he'd be, like, making a fucking story time video. Trolling furries, Leafy's back, internet's wild, lawsuits ridiculous, I got hacked. Does anyone know which one it is? It gets worse. Someone said Tom made a video anonymously talking about something that could sound like Michael. Is it so much to talk about? Maybe you guys are just trolling? It's about... Oh, it's about line ad. Yeah, I could believe it's about line ad. Someone's trying to post a link. Just tell me the name of the video. Because I can't see links. Why I hate NEETs. Oh, God. Well, line ad is a NEET, right? No job. Brick Bong is a NEET. Here it is. 1 year ago. No, there's no way this is about Michael.
I'll give you my OnlyFans. Okay, I just gotta be silent, and then I can get through this. Don't freak out, John.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, no, he's coming.
He showed, I love this fucking shorts guy.
Those shoes.
Host Tom. It's not like I usually talk about anything important anyway, you know. It's all YouTube drama. But today I'm really gonna be talking about nothing again. Like this is a video with no topic. There's no news story. Just like the last time I did one of these. Instead, I'm doing a video where I just talk about whatever stupid shit is like a real video. So instead, that last time, and believe it or not, that video was like 3 weeks. It's kind of mine. I don't know if he owns it, but whatever. Had an appointment scheduled to test drive some cars. I had to get one. So I drove. Hello, sir. Do you have an appointment pulled up? Like he whips it into the parking spot. It's nice on the inside. Better boyfriend. I mean, all these things that I'm striving to be. It just makes me a better one of those, frankly. As for the whole driving mean, I mean, I personally like driving. I don't mind the distances, but considering that my job is inside my
yeah.
Your little toy car that's powered for like millions. Stay in one remote day and never leave, and get paid by the government to do it via welfare checks. enough. He was like proud of it. He was like, man, my life is just the best. I wake up at 1 p.m. in the afternoon and I play video games for 5 hours until dinner time with my family. Then I eat with them and I spend some time with my family. Then I go upstairs and I talk to my friends on Discord and play video games. Then when my family's asleep, I open the window and I smoke that reefer, man. And then when that's over, I beat my meat 8 times in a row. Then I eat a little something else. Maybe I have a cake or a donut. Then I play video games and I watch anime for like 4 more hours. And then around 4 a.m. I go to sleep. And this guy was not like 10. He was not like 13. He was not 16 years old. He was not living like the 16-year-old fantasy of like, bro, I just want to smoke weed and watch anime.
It's not line ad. It's definitely not line ad.
It's like all I do. No, this guy was 22 years old and that was all he did. Sorry. I feel like, piss anyone in the audience off that's living this life right now, but bro, what is wrong with you? Don't you want to do something? Like anything?
Alright, kind of does sound like Michael, but I doubt it's about Michael. I doubt it's about Michael. Jesus. I thought it was going to be line ad. It wasn't line ad. Oh, man. Stop derailing to sports. Before I forget, I already read that one. Crimsy made a video. I'm just looking up to see if anybody added me about anything. Talk about Michael. Yeah, it's about Michael. That's Short Final Talker, yeah. He was arguing over like. Oh, the cranking it joke that Chris talked about was he was arguing with a lolicon and his defense was that tweet. Can you send that to me, Smaggle, the context to that tweet? Because I would like to show that. Wait, there's another video called Watch This Video If You're a Doomer? Wait, how many supposed sneak disses has Tom made?
All right.
Three? Watch This If You're a Doomer 4 months ago. Still probably not about Michael.
Schnauzer. Guys, what the f is this? Dude, fuck you, man. You're not hired, man. This is bullshit.
And gentlemen, and welcome back. A stream being terminally online. Who would doing anything productive? They spend all their time alone inside their room on their computer, on their phone, on their fucking iPad, or whatever, and they're not trying to accomplish anything with themselves. They're not trying to strive for something. They're really just trying to distract themselves from the problems of the world and the problems at hand. Just the other day, I met this kid who I had never been around before, and I was talking to him. I was like, "Oh, what do you do? Like, what are your aspirations? Like, do you have anything you like?" Just trying to sort of get an understanding of the kind of person he is. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I just don't do much. I just like sit around and do nothing." And this is a kid who he doesn't have a job. He hasn't been in classes for like 6-7 months. And he was a kid from a nice family who clearly had money because he lived in an apartment building that his dad owned for free, and he got to just sit around and do nothing as a result of it because no one in his life was pushing him to do anything. His parents weren't. He wasn't. He didn't have any motivation for seemingly any kind of progress. He was totally fine with just like living in the top floor of his apartment building that his dad owned for the rest of his life and like withering away. And I don't hate the dude, but it was just sort of sad to see the guy who seemingly was reasonably intelligent. And okay, I'm not trying to be gay here. Okay, but he was reasonably like attractive. Okay, he was a bad looking dude, and he was just like obviously miserable and not content with his current situation. And unfortunately, the difficult truth that I think he has to confront, and a lot of people have to confront a situation like that, is that to be happy, you do have to try and pull yourself out of it constantly, not just once, not just like
Yeah, there's no way that's Michael either. I don't know. There's no way that's Michael. Yeah, reasonably attractive can't be Michael. Yeah, that's what that was my cue there. If you want to look like, if he said looks like the Sandy Hook shooter, I think that would have been closer to where we were going with that. Let me quickly run through supers, and then if you guys want to at me with a few questions or anything like that, I'll do a few more of those before I jump for the night. Applejack, thank you for the 7 community subs. That was about 40 minutes ago. Thank you so much. I appreciate those. Everybody, if you got a sub from Applejack, I saw a few people actually did thank him. The backbone of the economy. Applejack gifted another one to Smaggledaggle as I'm explaining it. Thank you again. I think this was one of the first streams I've seen you in chat for, so I appreciate you coming and coming big. Mama Oko at 100 bits. Someone once told me that your worst trolls are some of your best fans that end up no longer enjoying what you do. Do you think that's true? Also, did I hear that from you? I don't know if that came from me. I don't think so. But, yeah, I do think that's possible. I don't know. The thing is, there's a lot of hate on the internet, and a lot of it comes from people you've never seen before, so I don't know if that's necessarily true, but thank you so much, Trash Boy, for the tier 1. Appreciate that, for the gift. Trash Boy also gave out 5 community gifted subs earlier and resubbed himself. So happy that I've been here supporting your content. Thank you for being a YouTuber turned Twitch streamer. I'll be a YouTuber again soon. And yeah, I think we're caught up. I saw Cats A-Flockin' with the 1,000. Darcy Evans gave out a community sub. I don't think I read that. And Applejack subbed a tier 1 about 2 hours ago. Thank you so much. Snitchel32, did I say that one? Thank you for this. The Prime Bisco said good morning gamers 2 hours ago. I don't think I read that one either. Lady Gray resubscribed. Thank you. Cuz Tyler with a Prime. Thank you. Mike the Bike with 45 bits. Thank you. Soldier Boy's Baby Daddy. That was where I stopped off on the Spain one. We also just got another 3 gifted subs from New Jersey Trash Boy. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. This is based and epic. Don't kick me out of the legendary Turkey Tom Discord. True. Jesus, thank you again for another gifted sub. I appreciate the hell out of that. I like how you're giving them to specific people who should have them. Because I see AD Chris and Soldier Boy's baby daddy just got one. Keep the stream up. I want to rewatch. Hey guys, you ever want to watch a stream that I did and somehow I guess Twitch deleted it? Well, don't I have the solution for you? My classic okay line plays. Let's get this thing to 1,000 subs. I'm not monetizing it in the foreseeable future, but if you guys want to watch any of the videos and streams that I've done recently, they'll all eventually find their way here. The Edwin 1, Edwin 2 hasn't been posted yet because there's a lot of copyright issues and I'm not really sure how to avoid them. I think I'm going to have to re-record parts of the stream VOD to post them online. But these are some of the streams that I've done since I've started putting the thing up here. And this stream will be on here probably either tomorrow or Monday. And these aren't like, these are just the VODs, dude. You want to watch these? This is full VOD. You can sit and rewatch the whole stream. If you want more edited content, then I mean, I don't even have a link to it. Jesus. If you want more edited content, you can go to here where we have like more, the VODs edited down to like clickable sections and stuff. Or like Twitter spaces and that I've been in and stuff. These are more for short form. I say short form, but they're still an hour. Applejack with another 5 gifted. Holy shit, guys. We're about to get back to 100 subs, and this is my first stream of the month. Jesus Christ. Darcy Evans, I meant added on Twitter. Hell yeah. Let's go, more sleep content. Based. So, hopefully the main channel will pop. I think I just hit 20k here, like, after one of these uploads, so that's super cool. It's nice to build a channel a second time. Look in Discord? Which Discord? Oh, you sent me something on Discord. Nick, you're killing me. I gave you the video. There's another one?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today we'll be telling a story of potential, super into all those things I was kind of schools. And you know what, when we met, we had big aspirations. We both had very big things going on in our brains. At the time, I idolized Steve Jobs a lot, and like Mark video games, CSGO, whatever else I was doing when I was 14 years old. And I guess at the time, the nerdy stuff like comic books just kind of wasn't in my field of interest. I didn't really care for it. Be a child, legally. And also the last time I would see either of these people in person. At the time I was working at a grocery store. This was like my 3rd job I think that I had in high school. Not like I was working 3 jobs at once. I just had 3 jobs while I was in high school. This is one of them. At the time I was working at one of the aisles, I was doing the cash register meme, and they came through and they recognized me. And it was Joe and Jessica, Joe, who I had not seen in years, basically had not aged into middle school apart from getting taller and wearing a leather jacket and getting a slightly bigger head. And he was one of these dudes that's like super scrawny, so the leather jacket looked very awkward on him. He looked kind of like the guy from the Bittersweet Symphony by the Verve. He looked like the guy in that music video, but like
yeah, this is about somebody he knows in person, Smaggle. I don't think that's it. All right. Let's see, any ats here? I got a message from Coach Red Pill who wants me and Keemstar to do a Twitter panel with him, I think. I don't think Keem's going to be down. I'm asking him, though. So maybe that's cool content. You're killing me. I DM'd it to you. Yup. You should sell mugs that say, okay, you'll make $1 million. True. Look on Discord. Yo, did you see H3 talk with the alpha guy? I haven't yet. Maybe I will. Holy shit. Was that another 5 from Applejack and then another 2 from Darcy Evans? Guys, the stream was not that entertaining, but thank you for another 5 gifted from fucking Applejack and another one from Darcy Evans. You guys are like, we're over 100 subs already. Jesus fuck, thank you. Holy shit. Yeah, this is a rent stream tonight. Jesus, guys! Holy shit, guy! All right, I'll do another topic because you guys are donating too much money. Thank you so much, New Jersey Trash Boy. Another 5 from him. We're at level 5 hype train. I don't think I've ever been to a level 5 hype train before. Ugh, fuck. All right, what do you guys want to talk about? Is there any other stories that are going on right now? Jesus, I'm on my way out, and you guys are trying to fucking. Okay, bro. I'm getting oiled right now. Jesus! Another 5 from fucking Applejack. Holy sh... This is the first time I've seen Applejack. What the fuck? Thank you. Rent paid. Woo! Did that show up on screen? Yes, it did. Thank you for the cheer. The Edwin cheer sound is my favorite. Fuck. I might make that my dono sound. Only 96 because it's Catter Day and I have the same sum for Rhizome's chat. Rhizome's pretty base. Another 5 from New Jersey Trash Boy. This is insane. Alright, I'm looking for another topic. I mean, there's some updates to DK Oldies, but I don't think there's anything valuable there. Let me see. What's going on Twitter right now? Disney. Froggy Fresh.
Whoa!
Froggy Fresh said, good luck to everyone fighting in Creator Clash 2 tonight. I get the chance to meet Chris and Harley in person in February, and I don't have any bad feelings towards them. I hope everyone has fun tonight. Thank you for everyone's support. That's so nice of Froggy. You want to watch a little bit of PKA? We can watch a little PKA. But, yeah, this is fucking... I feel bad for Froggy, but if Froggy's going to give everybody seal of approval, we could talk a little bit about Creator Clash. I'll go back on my word, even though Creator Clash is in like 3 hours or whatever, and everyone already in this chat already knows what it is. Gee, fucking hell. I believe I'm a bit behind. New Jersey Trash Boy with 5 community subs. Cheese Danish. I already read that one. Cats a Flock with 100 bits. Homeboy Saturday. Let's get it. Applejack with 5 community subs. Guys, we're at level 7. I didn't know it goes that high. New Jersey Trash Boy with 5 community subs. Guys, I'm going to stress this. Only fucking donate if you have money to donate. Don't waste all your money for me to react to it. Thank you again, but I'm getting a little concerned over here. Thank you. Alright, let me pull up. I have the timestamp. Apparently I got mentioned on PKA. We talked a little bit about it on Dave's stream, but I thought it was kind of weird. Let me grab this. Demon Delanova with 2 gifted. Thank you. Here we go. And I believe one of these is about Tommy.
Small channel out there.
So Harley managed to fight his way onto fucking PKA to talk about... let's just watch this whole thing. This is talking about his boxing stuff. And then I'll put some gameplay stuff back on. I'll read all donos at the end now from here on out. We're back at a segment again, and you guys are at level 8. Holy shit. Oh my god. Soldier Boy's baby daddy with 1,000 bits. Thank you. Dwitty just gave a... Oh my... I can't read them. It keeps moving. Holy shit. With 101 bits here. Cheers for the content. Dude, how many subs has Applejack gifted? And fucking New Jersey Trash Boy. I was another 5 from him. Another 2 from Demon Delanova was on there. Another 5 from New Jersey Trash. I can't even keep up. Thank you. Applejack with another 5. And Plum Mumbles with 100 bits. Holy fuck. Alright, let's get this... dude. Oh my god. New Jersey Trash Boy with another 5. It just keeps going. Dude, we're at 137 subs. I started the stream with like 60. This is insane. This is like a gifting war. We're at a level 9 hype train. Alright, let's check this out. This is Harley talking about Creator Clash. He managed to grift his way onto fucking PKA, and he actually name drops me and Augie on it, so I don't know if Augie's talked about this yet either.
Conversation. But Harley, what's the sickest you've ever been your whole life?
Fucking knocking out Aaron Game Grumps Creator Clash 1. I ain't getting sicker than that, bro, unless I knock out a wrestler this Saturday.
Guys, we're at a level 9 hype. I thought it went up to 5. I thought it went to 5. Oh, Cheese Danish gifted a 1 month. Applejack gifted 5. Fucking hell, this is insane.
So you just don't get sick.
We're at 142
I'm sick right now. I've been mentally ill. Ooh. I'm actually
mental
like...
illness counts?
Mental
I might need to
illness.
change my answer. When did
I've been sick this whole time. You see my Minecraft servers?
Yeah. Yeah, the fitter Harley gets, the more the whites of his eyes are showing when he's looking at you.
I do. I get a certain...
See, here's the issue that I have with Harley. Listen, I don't hate Harley. I was super charitable to him for longer than everybody else, but it just seems like he's farming this now for any little fucking promotion he could have possibly got out of us, because I think he knows as well as anybody that his own fucking organization wasn't promoting the event well, and I guess he went all publicity is good publicity, and it just started to get annoying. It got very easy to see directly through. Initially, I think he was kind of off his rocker, responding to everybody, but after it looked like he started gaming us, I didn't really want anything to do with him, and now it's pretty clear that's exactly what he was doing. Just Plants with a tier 1. Cheese Danish with a 1. Hype Train is at a fucking level 9. Applejack gave out 5 communities, and I think I didn't read that one off yet, but I read it again if I did.
Not only that, but I'm gonna fat
And
shame here too. This
another
fat
one,
piece of shit
Jobert Harvey
literally
gave me a
fucking
prime.
earlier
Thank
said
you
I'm
so
oozing
much.
with
We're at
estrogen.
150 channel subs.
For like virility to me, I get a certain like lifeness that I see in my eyes. Yeah, your eyes are very
need to
white,
make
actually.
weight.
Right there. This is AOC.
Holy fuck! Thank you. Thank you, Darcy Evans, for community sub, and thank you, Cockpit, for thanking Darcy Evans for your community sub.
Guys, fucking coming for your soul.
Do you need to make weight, Harley?
No, I just need to be over 200, and that's not a problem. I couldn't get under 200 if I fucking, unless I cut my legs off.
Could. You did
Harley,
40 years ago, 30 years ago.
I don't know if we revealed who you're fighting, or if you were able to last show. Can we show a picture of Homeboy? Can we do that?
Yeah.
The mayor
Zach his
of
full name.
Slamtown, Zach. You'll find
all
it.
right. So Harley showed me this like a long time ago, like maybe 6 months ago, and I remember thinking, "Why?"
It's crazy that he's like fighting a professional wrestler. Like I get annoyed when I watch all these fucking losers from Career Clash go like, yeah, I think that I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I think I'm gonna get beaten senseless. I think that I'm gonna get fucking destroyed or whatever. And they don't even sound like they can win the fight. They don't sound like they want to win the fight. They just sound like pussies. But like in his case, I kind of get it. He's fighting a professional wrestler. This guy's jacked out of his mind. I think Harley's gonna get battered, and the only reason I'm not gonna find out is because I'm not paying the money to watch it tonight. But yeah.
Not only that, but I'm gonna fat shame here too. This fat piece of shit literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Thank you so much. Helena Ayan gave me a prime. I'm sorry if I just butchered your name. Darcy Evans gifted a 1 month to Lumi. Darcy Evans gifted a 1 month to Cockpit. Thank you guys so much.
Why would you want to fight an actual athlete?
I didn't think it through at the time.
I didn't say that. I was
line, but I
was
buy
like,
it.
nice, man, fucking nice. Good.
Dude,
for
no one
you.
can
But I
take
was
my boy
thinking,
Harley.
like-
I have nothing but confidence.
Like the whole. Dude.
Jesus Christ. That's an older pick, I think.
Wait, that's him?
That's him.
He's
Oh
older
my
now
God.
and stronger.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Harley.
definitely.
Oh,
He's
no.
definitely stronger now.
All right, yeah, I think you're gonna get your ass kicked, Harley.
I
think you're
know.
gonna-
I know.
Dude, look at that
I-
man of hair.
God.
I think.
dude,
I
He
don't
looks
know.
like Duke Nukem,
Wow.
dude, with
He
that
came
jaw.
off-
Oh, I
no.
almost ring walked to that.
Okay, yeah, Harley's gonna get killed.
Yeah, that's a pretty. So
You're gonna dominate this.
Here,
I've
look,
seen
pull
a
this-
lot of
pull
this
up in this
guy
video,
because he was on a
this Insta
season of
video I sent you.
Survivor.
That's right, he was.
Yeah,
He ate the other competitors.
dude, he was a great competitor. Like he's smart and he was really athletic,
And he's
and
very
they all
cool.
banded against him and voted him off because they were
Too
worried
threatening.
that later in the game he'd be a big problem.
Wait, is he breaking fucking bricks? Oh no, Harley!
That's my fucking thick Jewish skull.
See, that's the part I don't like about this, though. I wish Harley would at least feign some, I don't know, like, confidence at all whatsoever. Be like, yeah, no, I've been training my ass off. I think I got this. When you lose the fight, then it's like, okay, I get it. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was never probably going to win this, but I gave it the best I could. It's like one of those where Tommy C once said, Keemstar was fighting with Tommy one time, and he goes, you said that Get to the Point was going to be bigger than Drama Alert. What do you say now? And then Tommy turned around and went, yeah, what was I supposed to say? It's going to be worse than Drama Alert? Oh, people would have been knocking down the door to watch it. And that's kind of how I always, like, understood these things going. It's like, even if you think that you're going to lose this influencer boxing match, at least go out there and say that you think you're going to win. What's the interest for me to go watch a guy just go get punched in the face for quote-unquote charity, even though now apparently they might actually be making way more money than we even thought they did. Chat, I already talked about this on Dave's stream. Bo Black's put out an interesting video. I haven't seen any response to it. And I'm starting to really critically think about how much these fighters are actually making. Because at first, to me, like, the way that they carry themselves, the way they describe the situation, it sounds like they're making pennies at the dollar. They're making a tiny little purse or whatever for their time, but most of these people are donating this money to charity, most of the money's going to charity and stuff like that, and that still very well might be the case. But it blew my mind. It's like Harley's going to turn down 150 grand or something from Keemstar for a contract. How much is they, like... I mean, they're obviously not paying him anything remotely similar to $100,000 at fucking Creator Clash, right? Even if he is like the co-main event, there's no way that's the case. But as I start to think about it, the wording on all the contracts and all the not the contracts, the wording on all like the promotion is that like It's like profits versus proceeds. It basically would leave them okay with paying the fighters their full wage, and just the profits at the end of the event wouldn't go to Ian and Anissa. That would go to charity. And then people started speculating how much money the company is making in comparison to how much they're spending.
Literally fucking earlier said I'm oozing with estrogen.
Thank you, Stefan Corbino. I appreciate the 1 month. But yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm starting to think like, Now, just to deflate that a little bit, we have no idea how much that first Creator Clash fight made. People are speculating it made $4 to $5 million, and that only $1 million went to charity. I don't think there's any legitimacy to that, or anything that I can draw up and show you for a matter of fact that that's the case. But let's just kind of humor that for a second, and I just want to ask the chat. If Harley was making like 100 G's from this fight, and we sat there hearing, but this is for charity, but this is for charity, but this is for charity, would you feel a little bit weirder about the way that these guys are carrying themselves? If a fucking YouTuber who has like no current relevancy or whatever is making 100 G's or something at this fight, would you feel a little bit weird knowing that? I would feel a little weird. Even if it's not technically lying, because I'm sure there's nothing legally wrong if that is the case. And I'm not even sure that it is the case. But even the concept of this has kind of got me a little mad, because it feels like all these fucking Creator Clash losers feign behind like, it's for charity, and that just like allows them to be kind of pieces of shit. But if it is for charity, but everybody's still making as much money as a DAZN card, or in the same ballpark of what people are making when it's not for charity, it almost feels kind of... It would feel weird to me, at least, I guess. If it is for charity, usually the charity has the talent in their budget. Sure, but like, even the content creators are like, yeah, I'm doing this for charity. No, you're doing this for a paycheck in an event that money is donated to charity. That's where I would feel a little bit weird. Is kind of, it feels like I don't get the indication that people are making that much money really from anybody who's talked about it. And that's why I think whenever anybody goes, hypothetically, if these people are making 100 G's, most people turn around and go, yeah, but they're not, right? Like, that's kind of a far-fetched theory. It kind of is telling when I say, like, oh, imagine they were making that much money, and everyone's like, that would be crazy, because they don't even think that based off the marketing, that people are taking home purses that size. Like, oh my god, Chud just raided me? Holy shit. Well, I'm on my way out soon, but thank you so much, Chud Logic, for raiding me. Jesus, I don't think Chud's ever raided me before. Appreciate it. Because yeah, he's a big British man up at early in the morning. Guys, I have to say, I'm going to suck some Chud Logic cock here for a second. Chud Logic is literally the only streamer who's doing full drama content at fucking 8 a.m. most days of the week. Alright? Having a fucking day job, going to the office and stuff like that is a lot easier when I get to watch Chud Logic in the morning. Alright? So you guys should equally donate to me as well, because I also enjoy the streamer that you like. Alright, so back to the Creator Clash stuff.
Oh, can you imagine how much money you wasted on those bricks?
Man, this is...
So let's get this straight. Froggy is kicked off for not adhering to the TOS and making unfavorable jokes, but Harley can go on unhinged rants on Gideon and stuff. Yeah, it is weird. And that's another thing that got me with the money, is like one of the first things Harley takes shots at is like contract negotiations and how much people are being paid, and saying that like the fucking and he's attacking Keemstar's like ability to pay people for the DAZN and the promotion from Happy Punch, and it's just like, it's weird that you're seeing your charity event as competing with like an influencer boxing for profit event, right? Because if it's for charity, you're not even thinking about what you're being paid in the first place. You guys are making pennies on the dollar. That's kind of the way people thought about it, and it would change my perspective a lot if I found out that, well, yeah, but these guys are walking home with 100K or something. That'd be pretty fucking crazy. Hey man, it's either Chud Logic or Steel Toe in the morning. I've never heard of Steel Toe, but I've heard of Chud Logic. Alright. Gamer Chud Logic.
Oh my god. I didn't realize who you were fighting.
I know. Yeah, I do. Dude, you might not remember in the show.
He's one of those guys who comes
Harley
to church.
says the guy's name, and I go, oh. And he's like, Woody, you're getting in my head. And I'm like, I'm sure. Good luck. And he's like,
Yeah, I don't
"Woody,
believe that for
you're
a
not
second.
helping.
It's
That's how
not.
the show
It's not.
ended."
Oh, Woody, you're getting in my head. It's. Yeah, dude, he's gonna beat the fuck out of me because that's how all this promotion's been. There's another girl. Where's the other girl? I want to pull this up. All right, guys, we've looked at men for too long. All right, these are men on the screen. I don't care about men on the screen, bro. We talk about men 24/7. Let's bully some women, okay? Because I don't think we talked about this fucking bitch on stream, and I want to talk about her now. Hold on. It's woman hating hour. All right, I got to appeal to the Chud fans. All right, where's this fucking girl? This is a few weeks ago, but I haven't streamed since. It's so slimy to watch the way that Anissa has gone around and tried to fuck. In my opinion, what it looks like trying to fuck Froggy even more here. So Elena Pierce, do I have the actual VOD? I don't know. It's fine. Elena Pierce put out a fucking statement about the contract negotiations with Froggy Fresh. And if you're wondering who the fuck Elena Pierce is, she's just some fucking fighter on the Creator Clash card. I don't know why Harley and Elena Pierce has been doing all the damage control for this event. And I guess, like, neither Ian nor Anissa could just come out and make a statement on it. Instead, that we have to have, like, these people who obviously know way too much to just be fighters on the card, who've obviously been prepped in some way on what to say with this stuff. It's weird to me. It's kind of annoying. I don't like it at all.
Essentially, Tyler, Froggy Fresh, was given $15,000 for training purposes. And for the record,
Am I supposed to believe that, like, Alana is just some fighter on the card when she's bringing up exact numbers on what he was paid contractually to show up to the event?
But that document is not litigation, and it's not them trying to sue him. Essentially, Tyler, Froggy Fresh, was given $15,000 for training purposes. And for the record, I was not given that money. I don't know if anyone else was. I think it was effectively like...
So Alana not only knows that Froggy was given an advance on his purse, the $15K or whatever, that he would have gotten at the end of the fight, right? Alana knows that no one else was given that either, implying that this was some sort of... She's kind of outing the fact that Froggy needed an advance on his pay for what I would assume are personal reasons, right? And being given an extra, a bit of money to get the training going, because I guess he's in a different financial spot than the other millionaire Twitch aristocracy, YouTube aristocracy, streamers that are on the card, which is kind of weird. To out like this, but sure. And she's doing this all in the attempt to prove that no one was threatening to sue Froggy Fresh. So the assumption here, track this with me, right, is that they weren't ever planning on suing Froggy. Creator Clash, Anissa and Ian, just drafted up a legal document with lawyers that said that you could either take this hush money or whatever and keep it, the money that we were giving you to train, you can keep it all, or you should repay it to us. And we're supposed to believe they were never actually going to do anything after sending that document. Okay, whatever. Let's take a look at this again.
But that document is not litigation, and it's not them trying to sue him. Essentially,
not litigation, not trying to
Tyler, Froggy Fresh, was given $15,000 for training purposes. And for the record, I was not given that money. I don't know if anyone else was. I think it was effectively like a financial aid for him specifically, because I guess he requested it. I'm not entirely sure how that went down. Because he needed the help paying for training. I don't know how much money he spent. I don't think that I've spent $15,000 paying for my training or my meals. It certainly costs thousands of dollars, but I don't think I would have spent anywhere near $15,000. And what they did was send him a letter saying, hey, can we have the $15,000 back? The reason they did that was because now that he's no longer fighting because of breach of contract, he had to be replaced. That money that was given to him is just taken out of charity.
This is evil.
So essentially, they're not going to ask him for money he doesn't have. If he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the money. And if he can't return it, the other clause was you can just keep it if you just stop talking.
Oh, how nice. How nice of them. How virtuous.
Both options. That is not them trying to sue him. I think like that was an offer.
Like, you're a fucking piece of shit, lady. Wait, I'm sorry. Just to clarify, okay? So if you don't have the money and you can't pay us back the 15 grand that we gave you after you trained for 3 months and we threw you off the card 2 weeks before unceremoniously and embarrassed you in front of all your peers and fans, right? If you don't have that money, that's fine. We won't take it from you. We're reasonable people. Just shut the fuck up and don't talk about our event. But we're not going to sue you. That's not a legal threat. We would never sue you. We just had our lawyers write this up, send you an ultimatum. And we're just never going to follow through on it. Excuse me? That's not a legal threat, guys. They're not threatening to sue him. They just sent him an ultimatum in the form of a cease and desist. Why are we talking about this at all on your fucking YouTube channel? You're not Anissa. You're not Ian. You're some fighter that's being mouthpieced right now because they don't want to fucking deal with this themselves. It's so weird that Harley and Elena have basically been the only people who talk about this, and they have way too much information to just be fucking bystanders.
But I don't think that's their way of being like, if you don't do these things, we're gonna sue you, and at no point did they ever say that. But the 50...
Well, what else is it, lady? We gave you an ultimatum, but they're not gonna sue him. I mean, I've never seen any evidence that that might be the case. I have. It's called a cease and desist, dumb fuck. What? This is why I'm misogynistic.
$15,000 thing, again, is not them suing him for $15,000. That's them asking him if they can have the money that they loaned him back for the fight, because that money is being taken out of the charity.
Oh, there's the angle. All right, guys. So we're not going to sue him, guys. But what we are going to do is we're going to send this blonde girl out to say that Froggy is stealing from charity by not giving the money back. Oh, okay, I get it now. That's the fucking angle. It's that, oh, we know he can't pay it back, and he's gonna talk shit because he's mad. So if we do that, we'll smear him as somebody who's stealing from charity. Cool. Ha! It's a fucking advance on his purse, but he's stealing from charity. Cool.
That's how it works, right? They have to give money to the other fighter for training purposes. And if that's just $15,000 that they no longer have access to...
I'm sorry. I thought you just said that nobody gets $15,000. And it was like, and he claims it was an advance on his purse. How much do you think that Ian's going to give the 2-week notice or 1-week notice fighter 15 G's to train? Is that the same? The 15 G's that would be going to Froggy would be going to that person now? And instead, that Anissa, who kicked off Froggy fresh because she's insecure about an OnlyFans joke, and risked damaging the credibility of her event, damaging the ability to like do this charity event over her own ego. And if you don't believe me, we can look at something else in a second that will absolutely prove my point that this person is just battered and unable to cope with people making fun of her online. The husband of the wife of the comment cop, by the way, the content cop. Yeah. The one who probably should be paying this out of pocket because she threw him off the fucking card 2 weeks notice. It's pathetic to me. It's disgusting.
Somebody who's no longer participating in the fight, that is $15,000 wasted that otherwise would be going to one of these charities. So the dude is not being sued. Nobody is threatening to sue him. It's ultimately just being like, okay, if you have any of that money, can we put it towards the charity? If you have any left, rather than you just getting to keep it now that this has gone down. Chris said, hey, Alana, do you think you're going to win? I cannot wait to see it.
It's just so gross, dude. Also, she said this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about this too much. There are a lot of people already talking about this a lot. And obviously, while I am currently contracted to Creator Clash to perform a service for them, I do not represent Creator Clash. I'm not a PR.
Guys, I don't represent Creator Clash. That's why I'm giving this super PR-oriented fucking disclaimer right at the beginning, after I talk about, like, specifics that only the people who worked on the contract would know. Yeah, guys, come on. I'm transparent. Look at me. My name's Charizard, and I'm blonde.
Spokesperson. That's not how it works. I used to be such a big fan of Tyler. It's not to say that I'm not a fan of him now or anything, but I think the whole situation's a real bummer. For anyone who doesn't know, basically, one of the fighters got dropped. And it was because of breach of contract. And the breach of contract, I don't have even full understanding of everything that happened here, but he basically, like, he broke contract in a way that if I had done it at my job working for...
He made a joke about Anissa's OnlyFans. So yeah, this is like, I don't know, it's disgusting to me watching Harley and her kind of parade around for them. But there was also another situation that happened where Anissa broke her silence in the pre-Creator Clash stuff. I don't know if I could show the screenshot, but I'll explain to you what happened. A content creator known as Red Bar, I don't know if most people here probably don't know Red Bar unless they're from the commentary community, and they only know him because he was a friend of Salvo, or at least like an A-log of Red. Well, Salvo was an A-log of Red Bar or something. Basically, this guy is off YouTube. He has a show. It's like a comedy show, an old-style radio broadcast, but he'll talk about commentary stuff every once in a while. And For some reason, he does this with precision. Like him and Def Noodles had a big fucking falling out or something. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how people find Red Bar off-site. I don't even think he's on Rumble. This guy's like Alex Jones. He's on his own website. So at least that's what I think. Anyways, Anissa Jamha found out that Red Bar drew a naked caricature of her OnlyFans photo, and her only statement with post Froggy Fresh was to unprivate her Twitter account and say, dude's upset because another man's wife is not hot enough for him. And she came off private to take a shot and post a video of Red Bar. And that was just so weird. I don't know how Anissa would find Red Bar. I don't know why Anissa would choose to respond to that, of all things. All this tells me is that she's, like, obsessively Googling herself. That's the only way that this could possibly happen. I can't show you the screenshot because it's a grotesquely drawn image of her naked body, and I don't know if that's going to get me in trouble on Twitch. But yeah, it's weird. Alright, so that's our bullying women segment. Let's go back to Harley, who's about to name drop me on PKA. Red Bar is going to milk her now? Yeah, obviously. Now, like, listen, why wouldn't you? If you were in a position where, I mean, like, you'd never in a million years find this... Yeah, I would milk the fuck out of them if I found out they were watching. Look in Discord again. What did Bo Black's tweet? Yeah, like, I mean, I see Bo Black's is going off about this. I'm not super confident. I wouldn't go out and say, here, they're making millions for charity or whatever, thousands to fight in the event. All in the name of charity, gets thousands to fight in the event, plugs merch that goes on her podcast instead of the actual charity. This Saturday, you can watch me box a friend live in Tampa, Florida. All in the name of charity. Check out Creator Clash. Also, looks like my very limited boxing merch run has started shipping today. Guys, it's all for charity. Anyways, here's my exclusive merch that's not for charity. Is that true? I hope he did his fucking due diligence to find out if she's donating the revenue for that. That is kind of funny. I don't think these people should get paid nothing. I don't think you should get paid. I don't think you should get punched in the face for free. But I'm getting sick and tired of all these fucking snake oil salesmen being like, but it's for charity, at the sight of any criticism. They fucked over fucking Froggy. And it's really disgusting how they kind of just try to, like, use charity as a human shield to explain why it's not bullshit. Yeah, it's unreal.
Nah, it's for charity, man. It's gonna be a good time.
I couldn't have planned that any worse. Jesus, it's starting to make me feel sick when I hear it.
I bet that guy brings a pretty decent audience too, which is really good. I look forward to watching. How do we watch it? Because I never know.
I'm gonna move past that.
This is actually
Sorry. Oops. Sorry, we had to zoom past that part. My bad.
Only time I will ever give myself a pre-fluff before, because the shorts were really small, and so I pre-fluffed myself a little bit, slapped it around. Bro, I swear to God, it
oh, that's great. And it worked. I noticed. I called it on the show.
It literally looked like I had no dick.
Dude,
it looked like I had no dick.
No, it doesn't.
So I slapped it twice, and I was like, now no one's gonna be like, he has no dick. All the comments are like, dick, and I'm like, I'm never doing that ever again.
No, everyone noticed.
Jesus. I want to get to the part where he starts talking about the controversy.
Maybe mutton chops, actually, because I told you guys last time. Remember, I said that the hair apparently helps. And fighting this fucking juiced up mutant, I should probably take every advantage I can get.
Zach, can you show us Wolverine's facial hair? Because I think in one of the movies, maybe he had like a mutton.
I do find solace knowing that all these people I don't like are going to get punched in the face today. AB from H3H3, I hope he bleeds. Harley, I hope he gets knocked out. And Elena Pierce, I wish very much the same. Guys, I do want to point out that as we're taking shits on Creator Clash, I still have no idea how Keem is putting on Just a Minx on DAZN. The woman has seizures and she's gonna get on there and fight prize fighting money. It's like, that's insane. How the fuck did her doctor let her in if she has fucking alcohol-induced seizures? I don't get it at all.
Chop type thing going on.
He does. He has those.
Like maybe
I would never.
Like
I would never say this. I would never say this on my podcast. The N-word. No, I'm kidding. I would never say this on my podcast. Binge Eater, guys, please also listen.
Check it out. Oh my God, Jesus, the self promo.
Do that, dude.
The what I like. I want to tell you guys this. I feel surprisingly confident.
Oh, now he's confident.
I don't know.
All Alright, I'm gonna zoom ahead because I don't know where the fuck this clip is. And I don't want to listen to any more of this. Here.
Small channel out there. Hard, the fucking fleshlight just sucks the cum out of me. Like, I don't have to do anything.
Oh,
And there's
Jesus, we jumped ahead. We missed something.
nothing. There was no drive. And then doing the first fight, I felt like I was getting comfortable again or whatever. And then like the second fight, and then I'll be honest, kind of like beefing people on Twitter.
Beefing people on Twitter.
I never do this. But now why don't I do it? Like, what the fuck are they going to take? What are you going to take from me? My views? You can't do.
And it is, again, breach of contract. Froggy is putting everyone in an unsafe position by making fun of Anissa's OnlyFans. But Harley can come out and talk about the intricacies of how the event pays its fighters and have several meltdowns on several streams, bringing like extremely negative attention to the event on multiple big Twitter spaces and stuff like that with no repercussions. He's totally fine.
Take anything from me. I was like, oh my God, I have nothing to lose. It's been a long time. I could be a small channel out
You have nothing to lose because you didn't train with Sam Hyde.
there.
This time.
So then I'm like, oh, I should do that. So I get on my camera and I'm like, you motherfuckers, if you don't like what I have to say, then you better. And I'm like doing this. I'm like, I could do this because I can't cancel my fucking show. My show is just kind of like, it's not cancel. It's not like it's not popping. I'm not. And all the other creators on Creator Clash, I'm sure they feel similar in a lot of respects, but they're not going to jump into the talks with fucking Augie or Nicholas DeOrio because they're not these people. It's not a thing that they're going to engage with or whatever. But for me, I'm like, oh, I could jump in there and be like, I don't know, bitch, and get in a Twitter space and scream or whatever, and still sleep soundly at night. Because I already went through the motions. I don't have anything to prove in that space. I don't have a sponsorship that's like, you don't really fit the brand with like.
So what he's talking about is like, I don't have any sponsors. I've already proven my stuff. It's because he was a big YouTuber like 10 fucking years ago, and now nobody knows who he is, and his channel's fucking dead. That's why like Harley from Epic Mealtime is Harley from Epic Mealtime, not just Harley. You know. He's already done it. He's already proven himself. And now all these other streamers aren't going to get in a fight with Nick and fucking Augie because they're going to go look stupid on Twitter Spaces or whatever, and then their audience is going to get mad at them. Meanwhile, I can do that because my audience left years ago. It's not as fucking Giga Chad when I explain what he's actually saying, okay?
The hotel, so you're cut for for calling this person a fucking idiot on. So none of that exists. So I was like, oh, I could just go and do all that. And then I felt like going on, and like when I was talking about, I touched on it a bit with Dick, I was like, I haven't done this shit in a while. And I was like, I've been like civilized. I've been like sitting around fucking video gaming, doing
Dude, he's talking about going Joker mode. Like, I've been a civilized man for too long. I had to let out the beast. Meanwhile,